เอาไม่ทันแล้วนี่
เอาปิดแล้วเหรอ
ปิดไปแล้ว
รอบนี้มีรางวัลด้วยนะ
ผมมันคู่แรกคะแนนฟรีเนี่ย
เฮ้ยคะแนนฟรีเลยเหรอ
คิดว่าพี่จะสวดเจนจีแบบพวกเนี้ยว่าไง
ผมไม่ส่วนผมว่าเจนจีมันมา
พี่ไอเซตา
เซตา
เซตาวาเร็วโดยซีเคทนี่ไว้ก่อน
เฮ้ยซีเคดมันบิวใหม่แล้วนะ
ไหวไม่ไหวเดี๋ยวเจอฟ็อกซี่นายสอนเชิงพวกนี้เซ
ฟ็อก
ตา
ซี่ไนฟ็อกซี่ไนสอนเชิง
เฮ้ยโอ้น้าเองยังคงนะคอมแบบฉีกอยู่นะ
เอง
บอกเฟสเลยเหรอถ้าทีมซีเคทเจอห้าให้ใครให้5-5เลยครับผมบัฟทีพี5 ไป 20 วิโคนถืออาวุธล่าสุดแค่นั้นครับเฮ้ยโคนถืออาวุธด้วยเหรอแต่บัฟ15 ไป 20เล่นได้นะ
เฮ้ยวันนี้วันของตุรกีอ่ะไม่ใช่ผิดวันแล้ว EF เจอลิควิดลิควิดแนทไม่อยู่ด้วย
นี่คือเอาอะไรมารอดวันนี้
สายรายงานมาว่าฟูลเซนไอ้นี่เอาพิมมี่เอาไปเป็นโค้ดเอาฟอร์สมาลงแทน
was promised to be the one that was going to change NAVI, turn the ship into a new direction. I don't know if that is going to be the case. He certainly had an impressive ascension run last year. I hope he can kind of have similar performances here in stage 2.
The same, of course, can be said for Sop, Turkey's golden child. A great showing from him at Masters London, announcing himself on the global stage alongside the rest of the team, which have matched their furthest ever performance at an international.
มาจากซาอุตัวนี้
At it
แล้ว
here,
ซี
we
วอฟ
start
ครับ
off on
ย้ายมา
spot.
จาก
It is Navi's
เป็น
pick,
ติก
a map which, from them, we have not seen in a little while. 1-1 last stage, and grouped up as 5 on this pistol outside of A.
เดี๋ยวเย็นตุกเจครับไซส์แตกเรียบร้อย
Happy to probably give up this space given the opportunity, but a lot of damage, and this is just everybody descending on A.
Sop in the meantime catches one in transition, and yet again still alive here around the elbow, finally routed out, but it's at the cost of a kill. With that in mind, player advantage FUT.
Yeah, that's a huge kill to get. Keep the advantage in FUT's favour, and all 4 coming out of CT.
Looking to rally behind the dog of Crostali here. Smoke lobbed into the mix, and paint shells as well. At the feet of Richman, well to dig one out, so does Exit, follows it up in fact. Gonna need to be 3 from the rookie if this is to work out for them. But a new face in the lineup makes no difference this time. It's the pistol round for FUT.
Yeah, it's the new rookie against what should be an age-old face in VCT, now sociable, starting to finish out his second
ได้พวกนี้คือ
year.
2-0 เลย
And overall, right, it feels as if FUT haven't necessarily missed the beat in terms of the individuals showing up, especially sociable here, right? And you can see exactly what FUT want to do in terms of deathballing together.
Let's go. Sticking to those win conditions, solid retake. Making the most of the numbers. Of course, we've got to be thinking of FUT now having completely different expectations to what they did coming out of kickoff, of course, with how they placed at the top of the championship point race now. Joint leaders with Vitality on 10. A win today would take them clear, of course, and Crostali has already gotten to work on this
It's a mo-
anti-eco.
it's a
Yetterjay
mo-
as well.
look,
Standard
Hot
procedure for
pan
them
phone.
right now.
It should be. That's exactly what we're expecting. Exa so far has actually warmed up pretty nicely. A couple of kills here and there. We'll need to keep an eye on him in the future rounds.
Look, no stranger to Berlin, right? And I think
Yeah.
that helps. He was here with Twisted Minds in Ascension last year. That's where we draw the comparison with Sop and his time on Ulf, of course. And that's the thing, he's been part of that setup for a while now, working away in the background with NAVI to hopefully bring improvements to the table. But in terms of keeping on course, for picking up that second round, no problem.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly the case. We now ask the question of NAVI, what are they going to show us? And I think as well, we speak a lot of exit. I think another person who
ผู้เซ็นเขาประ
we're
กาศ
also going to be highlighting
โล
when
กัน
we
เลย
get
ใช่
the
ป่ะ
chance
แล้ว
to
ผู้ช่วย
is
โค้ชเป็นใคร
Seabolt,
นะ
a player who in
ผู้ช่วย
years
โค้ช
gone
ก็
by
เป็น
has always had a great debut.
He love
Yeah,
us.
and I'm glad you picked that up.
Gucci.
No stranger to
Don't
putting
he
up
love
big
it?
numbers. And his first appearance, 177 average damage across his last two. But a little quiet for now. Into the gun round, everything can change. Foot here, just watching over mid. It's through Sop. Initially, you thought the kill was coming. No, Crostali instead with a spam through smoke. 4 players on the defender's side here ready to re-engage.
Yeah, exit just diving in all alone, but I mean, no follow-up, no trade, and now you can see FUT exactly one to re-clear, and the spam looking not too bad.
Yeah, decent damage from the Guardian. 1 bullet left in the chamber, and now FUT thinking about a dispersal. You can see this
lovely.
mid-rounding through Crostali, the dog clearing out most of A. In the meantime, Hero finds an impactful kill on the B site.
Does take a lot of damage. Imagine Sivov, his role is to heal up the lone lurker. Same time though, FUT are now starting to scratch their heads as to where this hit is really coming through.
Just gauging that aggression, and yeah, shoulder spot from Yetterjay, a face check goes unpunished. 3 players spotted in middle. And with the flash from Crostali, again, ever active in this round, clearing out Garage, FUT should have an idea of this being an A hit.
Well, it's Sop to receive any
30
push.
seconds left.
แต่ซอฟเอาให้สอ
And
ง
he does have a guardian in his hand.
Yeah, they're still hesitant about this right now. It's only when Crostali pops that second flash in mid that you
Time.
see the rotation come over. Yetterjay arriving, 20 seconds, and Sop still
down
acting upon this Guardian. 2 players pushed out to try and support the site hold, but FUT not able to
เหลือเชื่อ
get
ปะ
it done.
เหลือเชื่อปะดิ
NAVI just
โอ้แต่
about
แย่
sneaking through here.
มันควรจะได้สักหนึ่งแล้วจริง
Spike plant coming in and a
สอง
wall
คนอะ
เป
screens.
อะไรขนาดนั้น
I mean, Crostali's going to have to wait for sociable now, but he's a long way away. Precious time starting to echo away.
From this point in, any extra damage from FUT would be devastating. But
เจเล่น
NAVI,
งี้
comfortable as they are, get the next kill in the conversation, and that makes all of the difference. It's left sociable
หนักมาก
in a 1 versus 3. 8 clutches picked up for him in
แต่เย็น
London.
พี่มันสเปกเตอร์ไหมอ่ะ
Always such an
แต่มันกด
elite
ค้างแหละ
closer,
แต่
but
มัน
with
รู้
only a
เมื่อ
bulldog
กี้
and
เห็น
time
อยู่
ticking away, it's starting to feel a
ต้อง
little
ตัด
too
ให้เยอะสุด
far-fetched,
Visible
even for his kind of ballpark. Bit more damage
Tawai
done. It's the 1 kill he was looking
Okay,
for, but
okay.
NAVI
ตัด
on
ไป
the board.
I mean, damage in the end, but FUT mightily close to actually getting a 3rd round there.
มันเปลี่ยนสตูดิโอ
NAVI
นะ
can count on their individuals when they need to, it seems.
I mean, even there, you're looking at the purchase they're going to get coming out of this round, NAVI. There will be missing pieces, it's as I highlighted. Chance for FUT
มัน
to
กดค้างจริง
inflict
ว่ะพี่
further
มันกดค้างแล้วมันกด
pain,
เดินด้วยเมื่อกี้
but not what they take fully.
มันรั่วจริงวะ
Rebounding excellent from
เจ
Crostali. Mini talking about the impact on the desk. You can feel that from the eye test in London. And
I feel as if he's just a second too early, you know,
Perhaps.
eager as ever. Operator
Hold
out for
on.
Sop though.
looking to challenge Garage early. Blinded up, doesn't find the shot.
พูดถึง
Can't
นี่นา
connect
วีก็
onto
รวม
exit, so he stays alive in the
ผมเห็
opening
น
exchange this time.
ผมเห็นใน Exit นี่ผมนึก
NAVI
ว่า
in pursuit of this beat.
Ui,
And
Lucy.
Rooksik
ตอนแรกผมเห็นข้างผมนึกว่า
lighting up
Aperture
the
มานั่ง
way.
แข่ง
Two big
ให้
kills out of the Phantom.
Exit กันนะ
Yetterjay still hanging
หน้า
around.
แม่งคล้ายๆกัน
Plenty of work on his shoulders. Able to carry the burden
แก้
of
ตัวหน่อ
exit
ย
at
ครับ
least to
เจตู
start.
เจ
And that keeps the round in question for now.
Real issues in middle though has a look at this re-clear from Zeus.
เสียงเขาเหรอ
Very soon, Crostali could be
I'm
overloaded,
counting.
and there you go. Flash in hand this
เป็น
time.
เรื่องแล้วค
He's
รับ
caught off guard. And Yetterjay should be forced to save with only 200 credits to his name.
อุ๊ยถ้า NAVI
NAVI
โห
have
ด
done a
นี้ผมบอกเลย
fantastic job to
EMEA
battle
มัน
back
จัด
in these last 2 gun rounds.
I think that's the big thing with how Navi's
แม่งมีแต่
composition
ตัวเดือด
works, right? You've got this
เผื่อ
wheelie
แชมป์ปี
that
นี้แม่ง
is so
ได้เป็น
fast
ยุโรปเลย
that can just burst into sight, supported by the sky. And then once they get
Champion
into
Europe,
that post plant position, you're looking right a Viper, a
เป็นไปได้อยู่
Sage. It's going to be
Team
so
อะไรอะ
difficult, and to an extent, Whaley
ไม่
helps
รู้อ่ะ
out
ผม
there
รู้สึกว่า
with
เข้าไป
the,
นี่แม่งมีลุ้นทุกทีม
the
Hinder.
slow, yeah, the
อาจ
hinder.
จะเป็น
Yeah,
Witch
that's the one. But like, you get the idea that I'm going for. It can be very difficult to break down
ดู
these
ฟอร์ม
Navi
Fnatic ก่อน
retakes, and when you're
Wow.
adding in extra
Wow, man,
layers like
Andy,
players through mid, late, I think
แต่
like,
ไอ้ร
this
ถติ
is
มั
going
น
to
ถึ
be a
งเวลา
difficult
ที่แบบ
task for
มันต้อง
FUT.
ไอ้นี่แล้วนะมันนานแล้วนะ
Certainly seen.
มันต้องตื่นเลยฮะ
ใช่มันต้องประสบความสำเร็จรอบปีนะ
Coming
Lucy
towards the
Badger.
back end of the Neon meta that we had earlier in the year. I think those slows just to control areas which Exit can then dive into as well. A valuable tool. But
แองบอกว่าตอนกูเล่นเองกูไม่เครียดเหมือนตอนเป็นโค้ช
first chance that we
เป็น
get
โค้ช
to
แล้ว
see
เครียด
of
กว่าเดิม
them on lesser weaponry.
หน้า
Of
กู
course,
หมด
Yesterday
คิ้วตลอด
was
เวลา
able to keep
อยากล
the
งไปเล่น
Phantom,
เองอ่ะนะเองบอก
but he is elsewhere on the map as this is looking like another A play from Navi.
I mean, FUT not scared whatsoever. The step's been heard by SOP, so it's sociable now to start to
Dead man,
receive
buddy.
anything. But I mean, as you say, there should be little to no resistance here.
หมากัดเนี่ยคือเดด
First
แมน
kill
แน่น
is
อน
binding, no trade at all. And Yetajay still floating around in mid with this Phantom. He could be on for a fast flank, and FUT have completely given up the B space.
เอาจริงนะ ถ้านาวีมันไปเดินแล้วมัน
Bit of
กลับ
info
นะ
back.
Oh,
Good
nice
idea.
shot from Zeus.
มันจะเล่นเฉียบจัด
Can't get anything further than that, and
จังหวะนี้ออคัด
it's just
น้อย
stalling
รอ
out. And that Navi are waiting for FUT to peek them, and that's
หลั
exactly
ง
what
เจอ
they're
หลังครับ
getting.
Yeah, ooh, Yetajay does find one on the flank though. The ult gets cancelled. They've not
No
cleared
way.
Soft Cairo.
Me.
Oh
Ui.
my god, he's
Me.
gonna walk away with two.
นี่ไอ้ซอฟ
Thief in the night, Phantom.
Ooh,
Surges
control.
back into his hands, and all of a sudden, Rooksik's the one in the hot seat.
Yeah, but you can depend on him. You know exactly what he's capable of, and he still has a bit of time to work with.
First kill is clean.
พร้อมตกครับ
Rooksik has 2 TPs, but it's that perilous gap between him and the sight hold right
Yeah.
now that's keeping
Tama
him
ya.
from getting
Ow, oi.
interested. Finds the jewel on Sop and knows exactly where
Tama ka na.
Crostali lays his hat. Spots him on the first TP. Uses the second to get back across.
แพ้ได้เลยนี่
Phantom has
แพ้
been
ได้เลย
picked up now by Crostali, but this one's on a knife's edge, and Rooksik is running out of time. He has to play
Crostali
into
man
the
siap.
sight, and it's the open arms of Crostali that gives them an Emoda Thrifty.
I mean, yeah. Navi, man, you start the round off perfectly, slow rolling. Zeus gives an absolute blinding shot.
Oi,
Rooksik
holy-
sees him on the edge of his screen. Not clearing properly. That's what's going to allow FUT to do stuff like this to you, especially on a thrifty round.
แม่งคลีนจัดคลาสสิกเมื่อกี้
The onus was
clean.
put on them
คลีนแบบคลีน
to
คลีนจัด
convert that one.
นา
That
วิก็
Navi
คลีนเหมือนกันเมื่อกี้
give up the
เด็กมุมแบบ
ghost Sop
คลีน
with plenty of
แม่งน่าจะ
composure.
แบบเฮียเฮ้ยกูเล่นเองดิ
And now back on an operator.
Huh?
He scoped weapons which he has preferred
Oh,
in the
the-
1-2 punch between him and Zeus. FUT taking full control of
จ่ายอันติ
Garage while
เพื่อคุ
Navi
ม
are
เป็น
given
ขนาด
all
เลยเหร
the
อ
real estate
แต่
in
ถ้าอยู่
mid
นี่ก็
that they
การั
would
นตี
like.
แน่นอน
Yeah, so waiting for the cross. There is no
Oh,
more flashes
จ่าย
on
หนัก
Chloric, which is
จ่ายหนัก
worrying.
จริง
Oh,
พี่ดูดิมันอันติแล้วอะ
just fires a
แม่ง
straight
คุณไม่
shot
เฮ้ย
through the
ท็อป
seeker.
พลาด
And left out hanging on the
ไอ้กะหล่ำปีไม่วิ่งเข้าไซส์มันยังหมา
Exit
เข้าไปเช็คกับพี่คิด
Zeus
ดู
is slowed, so the showstopper given a little more time to get into action, and even when hit by the hinder, it's not a
Ui,
problem.
Mitchell.
Rest comes through, and it's on the
ตั้งแต่
lower
ว่ะ
ledge, so in fact,
กำลังงง
safety
เอซิต
in
นิ่
the
งจัด
support
นิ่ง
that
จัด
Exit
เมื่อกี้
receives.
But look at the flank once
น่าจะ
again
ตั้ง
from
ใจ
Sociable.
ตายตกลงล่าง
Second layer, which FUT have to be so cognizant of. Slipped into the smoke here. Rooksik's managed to breach the gap towards screens. This could be huge later into the round. In fact, he's going to spray it early, and with that, a trade comes through. Positive, in fact, for FUT. Exit is immediately there to restore order. Completing the wraparound is hero, and with that, we're all even again.
ไอ้นี่ไงไม่
That
มี
we are. Navi
Em
making
mình
no
không-
mistakes once they
Cảnh
get
giác
into
dù.
post. And FUT really need to be careful of how they're playing these weak sides, because Sot's been left alone. He's trying to take a fight, fair enough. He's on an operator, right? You want to be holding a line. But Exit being able to win that is criminal. And then the retake at a disadvantage. It's like toppling dominoes.
สรุปลูซิกกับโปรเฟกใครโหดกันพี่ว่า
I think this was something which we saw quite a bit in London too from FUT, where
ตอนนี้ที่ให้
sometimes
โปรเฟก
the
ว่ะ
spacing can be a little
Yeah.
off. Of course,
Perfect
the
หลุดบ่อยจัดเลย
fundamentals so important to a
ตอนนี้
team
โปรโอ้โห
with
แต่
this
หลัง
much
ช่วงนี้มานะ
firepower.
โปรเฟกอะ
อืม
Comes down to sociable as well, and that's what you need to get right in these retakes, because as you say, NAVI, they're 3 from 3 in those situations. It was on the
M8
eco where they got stopped at the gates. Sopped at the gates.
Oh, come
M8
on.
ก็โหดตอนนี้
That's poor.
I told you I was in a
เต็ม
silly
แปลก
mood
ต้องบอกว่า
Yeah.
เปลี่ยนกองหน้า
It could get very
เอา
silly
กองหลัง
here
มาเล่นกองหน้า
because
โหด
Sop
เฉยแล้วเนี่ย
is on the hunt and he's seeing a target. Already a nice denial of that space, but NAVI immediately spring and go straight towards that B side.
Yeah, but look at how quickly this roaming pack from FUT has got into position. There are 4 bodies ready to defend B. And in fact, Sociable has crept into backside. It's
ไม่เข้า
just a fake.
Ball fail
NAVI
again,
don't
huh?
want anything to do with this.
At the same time, FUT immediately gamble towards the A side of the map.
Look how passive Hero's being in this position even right now. From Suez, he'd given up a lot of the A space. They're gonna
มันเล่นใจกล้า
double
แต่
back
ไอเนี่ย
in through middle.
Oh, it's a split on B.
ดูวิลลิสมันก็
That
ต้อง
wall's still up.
โป่งนิด
It's
นึง
this hesitancy again from NAVI
Couple
mid-round.
of- Oi!
Has you questioning everything.
But that was the
hit
biggest
wide,
danger.
yeah,
He's
but
gone, Sop's off the board.
Couple sheriff shops over the top from Zeus. Does get flashed out. Kara, there's still so many numbers here for FUT.
เฮ้ย
20
ไงนะจังหวะเนี้ย
And it's only pistols you're expecting the rifles to win out in the end. And
นึก
Chloric
ว่ามันจะแบบ
gives
แต
you
กปุ๊บ
that
แง้ม
end.
ขวาเลย
Two players gone, and well, trying to retake
เพื่อน
with
ก็น่าจะแจ้ง
just a
ไปเยอะแล้ว
classic and a sheriff makes things even more difficult.
กลัว
I like this from NAVI. Decisive in the final moments,
Yeah.
and that's what you want to see. There was definitely a lot of umming and ahhing in the mid-round, as we saw. I think that wall up coming out of B main definitely signaled intent to execute, but goes cancelled. And a player we have to talk about as an in-game leader that's now been given time with this project is Chloric, an import to the region, of course, but I've been very impressed with his contributions. Not just the fragging, not the clutches, but the calling as well has looked up to scratch.
I think like that's the question that I had coming into today was more so, have FUT maybe been figured out a little bit? I mean, you saw Vitality continuously able to grab those wins, and then on top of that, right, when I think towards the coming into this stage, you would have had all those teams at home watching things. You think of like the likes of Angel. He knows, right? He's played at the highest level in champs, in towards the Masters, played against the original FUT who made it up towards VCT. He will know exactly how to deal with a full frontal Turkish attack.
โดนว่าเพลงเนี้ย
That's where we then land in our first timeout.
วันนี้อยู่ดีของพี่มันก็ขึ้นว่าแบบไอคอนเทนต์ฟาวอีชูใช่ไหมมันเป็นคลิปแบบโคตรเก่าอ่ะ ที่ดูแข่งอ่ะ ของอีมีนานจัดๆเลยเด้งขึ้นมาเฉยเลย
โดนไง
แต่มันเป็นปีแล้วนะหลายปีแล้ว
มันเพิ่งมาเช็คอะ
เพิ่งเคยเจอมาเช็คย้อนหลังอะไรนี่ตีบอบล่างถอดหมวก เฮ้ย
Of the rust that they've had post-London.
Yeah, this was a map which they
ดู
floated.
Conteli
It was
จริง
left as an unused decider against G2 and Vitality, so we didn't get to see it played.
Yeah.
I mean, we're still thinking maybe there's a little bit more in the tank in terms of what they've got to show for us here. And of course, the coaches having checked back in with them will be thinking the same. NAVI with a change on their side, of course. Salah coming in
ส
as
ตรีม
the
หลุด
assistant.
อ๋อไอ้เนี่ยนะการ์ดจอ
ไ
คนเดิม
การ์ดจออ่ะ
And having said their piece, it is back to
เป็นเพราะอะไร
A
วะ
again.
Yeah, but again, this weak side is only
ต
one
อนนี้
player
ก็หนัก
strong.
พอๆกันเลย
And Cristalli
yeah,
playing
but I
so
don't-
far up. He's going to have no ways of
yeah.
escape here.
Not going to have too much to try and antagonize this A progression from NAVI. The flash at the very least collects some early information. Viper's pick dropped into middle, expecting the rotation, but as you say, the cavalry can't arrive soon enough.
No, they cannot. So Cristalli has to hold things down and does so successfully. A wall to deny any CT help. Seabob's gone flying by. Cristalli has an escape. In fact, goes for the next fight. 11 HP.
กลัว
He can't heal himself up, but he needs support. And Yetishi's got the dodge got the kill. What the hell is going on? 3 on 3 and an operator retake.
Finally snapped away. And as you say, there's been a TP in
เข้ามา
towards
นี่แบบ
main.
ว่า
You've got to look
เน้
at
นๆ
Roxic playing in late.
Yeah, exactly. Sociable trying to play in through the smoke, but this is a shorty. This is exactly where you want this position.
Yetege knows all about this, seemingly.
Yeah, he's just marking him off the map, but as soon as Sociable goes into the smoke, he goes himself. Cloric once again trying to clutch up and defend Navi's post plan. It looks pretty decent, let's be honest. Classic cow and Seaboff to send Navi to 5.
เห็นกล้องปะกล้องมันตามหน้าได้นะ
And NAVI continue on a powerful path in this first half. I have to say, Cairo, again, it's one of those situations where it comes down to retake. Things look a little bit sloppy for FUT in terms of the spacing. Sociable sending it straight into a smoke. This never-ending perpetual elbow fight was certainly not for the faint of heart.
Nice! Clemmy! Yatasha! Yatasha!
But NAVI get their just deserves.
Yeah, I think the big
แต่นาวีมัน
key
โหด
point
สปิดจริงครับ
here is
ต้องยอม
since
รับ
the
เลย
pistol round, there have been 6
มัน
pistol
โหด
and
แบบโหด
anti
สัตว์อะ
6 rounds, 5 of them going to Navi's side. Nobody's watching B main.
Yeah, it's this mid-focus from FUT, 4 players just thinking about something else.
อ้าว
And
เรี
when
ยบร้อยครับ
Zeus peeks
เฮ้ย
with the nade in hand, that's only going to end one way. Yetege gets one back in the conversation, but like you say, I mean, there's not too much to get excited about in this round for FUT either. It's a pack of pistols. Navi are in post.
ไอ้โดนวอล
This
เซ
has
ต
been
ตรง
their
ซี
win
ทีนี่คือ
condition.
เซ็งสัตว์
The only concession you would make is Hero's position. He is a long way away from getting involved.
So as 4 versus 3 on site, should FUT get the opportunity to retake?
So you're telling me there's a chance?
There is a chance, Hazza.
Here's the utility. It's trying to set up SOP with this Sheriff at the very least. His legs have been spotted though, and Exit makes no mistake with that one. Crostali and Sociable combining, and as I say, Hero's taking his time, but he's taking his timing
เลิก
perfectly
มาแต่
as
ไกลครับ
well.
ฮิโร่
NAVI continue
มาจากกรุงเทพ
on that hot
นั่ง
streak.
ลงสายใต้มา
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day,
ลงมาเพนี่
you're always
เพช
banking
รบุ
on
รี
Hero. It just depended on FUT's pace getting into the site. And yeah, post plan once again, looking pretty decent. But I don't know, I'm starting to think, right, there's a high success rate, but are FUT really challenging these post plans? That's what I'm thinking right now.
I got you, baby.
Coming into round number 10, SOP brings the operator back up again, and you're just waiting for FUT to take some meaningful space on the map more than anything else. They feel very dispersed at this point in time. Exit set up for a kill. Flash just tells him exactly what he wants to know.
Sociable.
To his ears. Sociable's dropped. There's going to be SOP. Another kill, this time in Vents, and Exit's already so far deep behind the back
มึง
line.
รุ่นใหญ่จัดอะมึงเดิน ยัด
Thinking
เขาหมดเลย
about giving this one up.
Yeah, this feels like an Angel team of old. Very simple Valorant. Feels very easy breezy.
And with Hero finding that one on the extension of B as well, should be a done deal. Crostali wants to be a hero. Ill-advised.
Yeah, he's on the other side. And I think at this point, Yetege probably has to be thinking about saving his rifle. 7-3, a real possibility in the scoreline. That's a massive advantage.
Gotta say, with how the round was set up, Exit there flashed in by this Sky, which, you know, NAVI have been playing with on this map since Sociable was part of the roster. In fact, this is sort of a composition that they wanted to be using. It was the duelist of that they were setting up, I think, in the off-season with this sort of initial lineup into now. Finally feels that with Exit in the team, they've got all of the pieces that they were looking for, at least from what I'm seeing right now, to enact what Angel's vision has been long-term. And that's not to get too far ahead of myself, because we already said this is a very potential-heavy team.
Yeah, I mean, it is potential heavy, but I feel as if this is the type of map where NAVI come out and we're like, yeah, look, NAVI's back, great. And then we go on to Ascend and then FUT run wild.
Exactly.
That's I'm holding my breath for a minute.
Exactly. But signs of life certainly required from them right now. As we know, this year, the schedule's been compact. Some of these teams have been playing almost non-stop. I think FUT were happy to see the break after that high-placing finish in London.
I think I remember Bambino said from trials to London, they hadn't had a break. And that's a pretty tough schedule.
Even just the roster reworked from kickoff, taking additional resources. But These are all excuses. It's put up or shut up. And Zeus and Crostali on the A site this time. There is additional support. It only means there's an extra kill in the feed as it stands. Zeus will eventually get toppled by Hero. NAVI with the numbers and the spike soon to go down.
5 rounds in a row, could be 6. I mean, with pistols in play, you're expecting that to be the case. And this Viper's pit, we know how good Ruxic is within it, and we know how good Hero can be as well.
You know how good Ruxic is out of it. He's up in heaven right now.
Oh, that's true.
Getting ready to interrupt this timing. So thinking about it, does check it, finds the kill. Paranoia to try and instigate a little more violence here on the FUT side. Be the catalyst for something. Exit does land the convergent paths perfectly though. 2 targets taken in it. Only 1 felled eventually. Misplaced TP from Sociable. Now Yetajay left in a 1 versus 2.
Social ปัญหาเดี๋ยว
In some scenarios.
ทำไมวันนี้โซเชียลปัญหาเดี๋ยววะพี่
Yeah, and lovely stuff to get things kicked off. NAVI 83. Look at that, 6 rounds in a row. And if my memory serves me right, Hazza, I think that's 6 post plants in a row as well.
Yeah, I mean it should be. All the rounds won on elimination. FUT just not showing up to this first map just yet off the new stage. And the vibes sky high on the NAVI side. One more opportunity to make it a 9-3. This would be a pretty significant statement on their own map pick.
I mean, players are just
ไม่ดูวอลมันดิพี่วอลเข้าบีมันอะ
here, NAVI. And I mean, you can see that within the kill. Okay, a chance.
ผมรอที่เมาส์ไว
Viper's pit throwing in.
วอลไหนวอล
But again, NAVI disrespect it.
And it's actually allowed Sivov to get this res online, so Ruxic back in, 4 on 4.
วาวุ่นจัด
It's
เออ
going
เล
to
ย
be the Seekers to identify player positions as they try to flood back in. Only 1 Seeker gets through, but you can see some patrolling on heaven. Nice wall to actually get the plant in. This is nice from NAVI, but Crostali's spam is also nice. He's also been able to deny and continuing to. NAVI maybe just a little bit too much disrespect. We've just got Hero on and up.
Plenty of work for Hero to do. Might just be cut out for him
มั
at
น
this
ฝืน
stage.
จัดเลยเวลาเหลือตั้งเยอะฮิโร่แม่งได้
Many
โพซิ
would
ชั่น
have
ด้วย
maybe expected a nervy NAVI into this first map of the stage. First series with the full 5. It is FUT
วางยากจัด
who are on the back foot right now.
วางยากจัด
Hero's going to spot at least the first, but immediate play thereafter. And with that, they get a bare minimum on their defender's side.
Yeah, that they do, Hazza. It's taken 7 rounds for FUT to get back into the round count. But with that being said, let's have a listen on what Exit had to say ahead of this match.
สตูใหม่มันน่าจะจ่ายที่เดิมไม่ไหวแล้วเปล่า
most recent meeting. So preferential for this team. Can do to counter this double duel list. Exit was talking about aggression. Is that the answer here?
Fighting fire with fire is certainly a choice. But I think so far the aggression is measured from NAVI. It's all about sight hits, getting the post plant. But as you said, on the defense, you can't get a post plant. We'll need to see exactly how retakes and denials of entries is, especially when you have the players like FUT do.
Instant slow orb in the mouth of A main from Sivov to just try and slow this one down. The ramp take expected by FUT, and they get what they were looking for here. Bit of space already, and Yetejay picking up a kill in mid. That's where the spike is now starting to head towards B, as Na'Vi have made a full rotation.
I like this from Sociable. Step forward, trying to take a fight.
Oh, and he wants to throw a paranoia on top as well. Why not? Two blinded players. Sivov is one of them, the other hero, and Yetejay there to trade. Much better from FUT in this pistol round. Starting off the half, as they did in our opener. Chloric 1v4, low health bars, but plenty of targets to find. You
can see how FUT are playing. All three players disconnected though.
Yeah.
แต่มันเอาทุกคนเลยนะมันเอาทุกช็อตเลย
Crystalli's just sitting there like, the guarantee the ace up the sleeve.
Like, guys, please just don't make me have to do this. And Zeus is gonna give him the common courtesy. It is a 5th round for FUT, double pistol on split. Any other day you'd say that's the map wrapped up. That's not what the case has been.
No, it's not. Especially when NAVI got the when FUT got the first half, started off with a pistol round and anti-eco. We were pretty much feeling that this was going to be business as usual. But NAVI showed up in the rifle rounds.
That's been the natural order of things. I think talking a little bit more about NAVI, of course, this is a legacy organization. They carry that expectation with them, but it's interesting to note, 3rd youngest roster in the league by average age. That includes the play-ins teams as well.
Well, I mean, if you're performing poorly, you should be investing in the youth of what's coming, right? And I think that's what NAVI did when they picked up the likes of Exit, Hero, Rooksik as well. I mean, Chloric, to an extent, from Tier 2 and NA. I think overall that this is a pretty decent roster. If they came in with this at the start of the year, I'd be really, really excited. But we're in stage 2 and there's no chances, no real runway to get things started.
Already in a B post plant here for FUT against the full save on the Na'Vi side. Interesting Viper wall on site, which FUT have chosen to play in front of, anticipating a retake behind it. But speaking of retakes from behind, it's 5 players in garage, and the first kill goes Navi's way.
Yeah, I'm starting to get a bit worried here. Time is getting low. At the very least, NAVI could make FUT pay.
Already the Bulldog has been retrieved, but then comes the battering ram on the FUT side. 4 kills with no answer back. And that's exactly what you expect from this type of round. To sort of finish that conversation, yeah, this has always been an organization which has invested in youth. Think of the NAVI junior roster that's had success in challenges as well. I think you're just wondering how much time are they going to get to develop. We've got a play-in stage potentially as well. That's the question that we place on them in this new era post-FPX core.
Yeah, no, I agree that's right. I think it's all about how much time and how they hit the ground running. So far it's looked good in the first half, but as we get to the second, that's where the questions start. Remember, NAVI, they won the 3rd rifle round, and from then on, we're pretty much home and dry. Within 2 rounds are FUT, so this is a very important round.
Yeah, you can already see in that A fight, Sop taken down. It's not been the best reprisal for him in Berlin so far. And looking at the round here, very slow pace from FUT. Still plenty of firepower in this bonus. Few rifles to play around with. But you can see on the opposite extremity, Hero was getting a little bit experimental, I guess, testing the limits on the periphery, finds nothing.
And FUT, for the most part, just want to go for this B split.
Stack up of 4 players on B. Zeus does find the initial kill. Chloric playing inside the smoke, hoping
นกไม่ร้องกระโดดอย่างเงี้ย
Invited into
Ay,
it would
oh, timing.
arrive at his crosshair, but no. Sociable left behind with no information there, and actually, Navi a little blindsided by this push, yet still, Exit gets the first pick.
So aware, so good, but Navi looked to begin to recede in position.
Yeah, Sivov there does catch a little bit of info though, perfectly timed hinder by Exit, setting up this site defense, and Navi running away with it now. Zeus, the last one standing, everyone else healthy, with a yellow and black jersey on their chest, puffing it out a little bit with some swagger as they shut it down entirely. FUT not allowed to get the bonus.
Well, FUT realistically lose map control as soon as they lose A main. There's maybe a question mark towards the vent space, but Hero's sitting in main with nobody contacting, hearing nothing and saying, guys, just stay B. That jump spot from Sivov saves Navi's rotations. And yeah, from there on in, it's pretty much as easy as that. Just hit the heads.
Crucial round and a critical juncture in this game for FUT. Looking at it, full purchase for them. And Navi heavier on their A control this time. Wall will have been heard and relayed back by Yetege. His own toxic screen up, just having a little look. But Sivov not giving anything away.
Scout destroyed. Here.
FUT just worried about that mid trap, if there was going to be one. You can see them just plying away. But for the most part, Navi haven't necessarily interacted with mid much. You can see them beginning to clear out the extremity on B. So always looking to have at least some map space as a defense.
Yeah, and in terms of the sole player detached, it's still Yetege in A main. Behind the prying eyes of Sivov, who's dropped all the way deep into A site, but rotation called on the Navi side. They should be ready to receive this push when it comes in. 40 seconds on the clock, and FUT start to make their move.
Yeah, plenty of time to scrap for FUT when they go for this execute hazard. There's one player on site that they do have to
in
clear.
behind.
Yeah, he's going for it. Taking his time, and the wall will drop at the perfect time, and he's going to get two. The rest of the players trying to get out of main, but look at the bodies here for Navi. They're ready for it, and they're going to collapse upon FUT. Double digits for the defense, and Hazard, this defense is looking second to none.
Yeah, masterclass in the mid-round from Navi, scouting out all of the correct information. You saw the Sky utility there, the dog from Chloric, the captain calling them forwards. We have had a change to the initiator cooldowns into patch 13.0. That extra 10 seconds can make all the difference with the flashes, and just seeing it here. Hero! So prepared, and if not for Heroes 2K, then maybe the round looks a little different.
Yeah. But if buts and maybes are not going to win you rounds.
And it all comes back to the info game, as I was saying.
The information economy is being dominated by Navi.
Gonna fall back here.
Even a flash to put Exit back on the line, and you know he's just going to keep on repealing as much FUT control as he can. With this outlaw, sociable good for the one, but again, there's just no follow-up in sight.
หมดแล้ว
Exit still on the prowl.
วินนี้
Zeus moments
วินหน้า
away
เดี๋ยว
from
วินหน้าไม่
walking
ได้นี่
into
ติด
his
เกมได้เลย
scope.
ตอนนี้
You can just sense it. Oh, missed shots, however. Big kill from Zeus.
เรียบร้อย
Showstopper
ไปเปลี่ยนปืน
online. Little choppy on the way through, but FUT have sight control.
เพื่อนเข้ามาวาง
Yeah, but for how much longer? Because that showstopper's gone, and now the floodgates can open for Navi.
There's a res here for Sivov, but again, in tower, not an easy one to
อันนี้
try
มัน
and
แข่ง
pick
แพท
up.
ใหม่อะ
Couple rifles
ยังไม่ใช่แพท
filtered
บั
back
ฟ
through
เดี๋ยว
into
รู้ใคร
the
โทษ
FUT
นะแต่แพท
hands.
ใหม่
Yeah, but they're giving things up. Oh, I thought they were going to main. No, they're joining up with the player in hell.
Yeah, they want to retake this tower space so they can get an extra player back up on their feet. It is going to be Ruxic brought back to life. That second lease now given. And the player you've got to be worried about really is Yetege
มัน
playing
เฉียบจัง
from
วะ
hell. So
แล้วทำไม
low.
ไม่ให้เยตูเจ
And
เล่น
3
ก่อน
targets left to find. First kill has to be clean, but the information already tossed over. Perfect paranoia. And
แล้วทำไม
Navi
ไม่ให้
up
เยตู
to
เจเล่นก่อนแล้วเพื่อนคิด
11 already.
สองคนปาดแบบสวย
They may have been struggling at the start of both halves, but it's in the middle.
เดี๋ยวมันไม่เท่
I've been so
เยตูเจมันโห
I
มัน
mean,
ล็อกข้างล่าง
that's
พี่
your meats and potatoes, right? Realistically, as these rifle rounds. And FUT, when normally that would be when they impressed so much, have just not shown us what we expect of them. These death balls that just overwhelm you, the pace that is electric. It really has been like a damp towel.
Yeah. And I mean, look, perfect start in the veto. Again, we come back to this conversation from earlier. You're then heading into Ascent, prime foot territory. And also, I just want to mention Sun.
ไอโซน่าสนใจแพทใหม่ไอโซน่าสนใจต่อไปไอโซมันไม่ต้องกดเกาะทิ้งนะครับกดเกาะเฉพาะช่วงที่จำเป็น
แต่มันก็ไม่ได้ไล่เร็วขึ้นนะ
ต้องไปดู
ทำไม
เพราะมันบัฟไล่เร็วขึ้นไงไม่อยากรู้ว่ามันดีขึ้น
มันควัก
ขนาดไห
ปืนไวขึ้นเฉยๆไหมอะ
มันก็จังหวะที่ไล่เสร็จไงมันก็เหมือนแบบมันก็ล้นเวลาแบบไล่แล้วก็พร้อมยิงอ่ะโยรู้ดูแล้วก็เฉย
of upcoming maps as well, because NAVI are not home and dry, but this certainly inspires a bit of confidence to get started. FUT hoping to do some of the same on the opposite side, however. 2 gun rounds taken from the entirety of this map so far. 18 played, of course. I guess 14 played if you take away the non-rifle rounds.
Yeah, exactly.
Love a bit of maths, mate.
You're good at it, mate. And FUT, good at picking up the pace, and they've done that. Look at Sevov on the B site. There is little to no corner which he will be safe. And seems to find one here. A smoke to at least mark his space, and he's got support and exit and able to hold things down.
อุ้ยซี
Even
วอฟ
gonna go
มึง
one
รอดด้วย
further. NAVI keep the advantage. The spike being down is an issue, especially with Sentinels there to defend it. And as he tries to escape, Hero. Oh, it just misses out.
โอ้แล้วใคร
Already
จะไว
knows
กว่ากัน
where
อะ
Yetege is off to, though. From bottom mid.
แม่งวิ่งจริงจังด้วยดูดิ
Footsteps heard through the wall, and actually Hero's just going to match him for pace. Let him know where he is.
เขาเดินมาเหยียบตายเลย
Oh,
ดีก
he's
ว่า
missed it. The mollies.
คน
I mean,
ตี
we're
นจัด
expecting this to go Hero's way, right?
Yeah, you think so. Hero actually with a bit of a jump strafe there in the end on the Phantom to win it. The
มันไม่เอา
biggest
ทรงจริง
miracle
มัน
of that
มันเล่น
round
เหมือน
is
โยนไปแล้ว
that Sivov was still breathing at the end
แม่ง
of it.
แม่งไม่เชื่อใน
Fantastic
10 HP
comms
เนี่ย
on the Na'Vi side though. He's given a smoke to play from in sight. Just really clear comes through in heaven.
Yeah.
He follows that up with another kill here. You'll see it in a second. And it's just fantastic trading. Great fundamentals.
Yeah.
All the things we expect from FUT.
Yeah, exactly. It really is just great team play. Great protocols. Sevov getting that smoke, that support when he needs it. Especially when FUT up the pace, when they do what they're known for.
And again, to just flip it back to the other side, how many times were FUT with, you know, one player on an extremity, on a sight hold?
Yeah, they've done it again.
Oh,
They're
thank you,
taking
I
B
don't
main,
know.
and they're
Okay.
just going to rotate all the way through, or at least be in mid for a quick rotate.
Just the level of support that these Na'Vi players are getting is ridiculous. Intertwined at the hip.
Oh my
Lord.
They just
Oh
fall
my
to the
Lord.
slaughter. Hero with
Oh
3,
my
Roxy
Lord.
to wrap it up. That dynamic duo.
เหนียวจัดฮีโร่
โอ้โหโอ้ไม่รอด
จังหวะนี้แหละครับ ต้องไปขุดคริสตัลมันต้องทุบอยู่ดีวะจะไปสร้างบ้านเหล็กกันเลยมันต้องใช้ที่กว้างๆมีที่โล่งๆกว้างๆไว้แล้วซ้ายสุดบ้านคือบ้านทำอะไรทำไม ระหว่างรอ
แล้วเมื่อกี้พี่วางแผนไว้กะออนตัวทิ้งไว้เอาเลเวล
เป็นไง
ก็คอมดับไปทีหลุดหมดเลยทีนี้
ไม่เป็นไร
เลย
พี่
จบเลย ไม่กล้าเข้าแล้วเดี๋ยวหลุดอีก
เอาอะไรมาหลุดพี่ไม่หลุด 4090 เลยนะ
ยอมแล้ว ก็มันเดี๋ยวมันดับแบบเมื่อกี้ไงที่สตรีมดับอ่ะ
อ๋อ
จอดับอ่ะดิเซ็งเลย
กว้างแต่ไม่เรียบ ย้ายเอามินิอ่ะ ของอยู่นี่ไงขาดเลยดูเก็บจรีตรงนี้20ว่ะ
เดี๋ยวนะ แปลก
sociable
ๆแปลก
Chamber, I think that we've seen it in other maps. They're triple.
Yeah.
Actually,
ๆใช่ไหม
ชุด
เนี่ย
บอกขี้เกียจว่ะขอไปยิงละขี้เกียจ entry แล้วให้ซอฟมันเล่นไป
คือโหก็โซเชียลสั่งจากฟินิกเป็นไง
เอาอีธานยังเล่นนีออนเลยสบาย
อันนั้นมงอะดิรับบทมง
ๆแหลก
ซิดเมาส์อะไรมันส่งแบบเรียบไปด้านหน้า
แปลกๆว่านี่
แปลก น่าจะโดน
do really want to focus on here, though, is the sociable Phoenix. I think that is a little bit more to me of a drastic change. Yes, we know he was a duelist player from his time in Challengers, as he was only previously in IGL in Challengers. But we'll just have to find out how good that's going to look at a Tier 1 level. A lot of what he does is leading the team in, creating the space, having people trade off him, which I feel like we just didn't see as much of on Split. But starting out on the attack side, of course. And after being stalled out initially by Hero's Thorns, they are going to get site control and a post plant.
Yeah, 5 alive on either side, and for the most part, NAVI haven't really needed to expend their utility.
Full retake from NAVI, coming in B main. In the meantime, FUT trying to force the issue CT.
Yeah, trying to take that extra space that they will need. Hero the one to stop them doing so as he's identified and ran down. Oh no! He's been knifed! Of all the times! We've seen a dog kill, we've seen a knife kill. What else will we see? Will we maybe see a foot?
เสียขวัญเลย
Oh yeah, they're going to win the round with a post plant. It's another pistol.
ดวง
That
เขาให้
shouldn't be a shock to anybody. 3 from 3 in the series. I will, I will hold back from making any further statements about how I feel about them on this map for now, though.
Oh my god.
Yeah, here we go.
เฮ้ยเก็บแรงไว้กินด้วยเพื่อน
Let's go!
เฮ้ย
Well,
Speak about vibes. Those are the vibes that we want to see.
yeah, I guess, but at the same
Yo,
time,
Charlie
this
did
is
say,
the
ah,
third pistol round.
เป็นไนท์จากเขา
that
เฉย
we've seen from FUT. So there's no surprises here.
I say vibes. Do you feel like for his teammates, it's just white noise at this point?
เป็นไนท์
He has to
ใส่
do
เขา
Maybe,
like that?
maybe.
Do you reckon he does it in practice as well? Just get them
Oh,
used
man,
to
could
it.
you imagine being on the same like, you know what I mean, like boxed
Bye.
room, and you just
Yeah,
hear
yeah,
them
you know, like the little esports attic that these orgs have.
เดดแมนมัน
Mate, the heat wave as well. Oh, I would be hallucinating, I think. But here we
Hallucinating?
go. Yeah, tripping balls, man. Heat stroke. Heat stroke.
Yeah, I think you've had too much heat at
This is a 2 versus 2, by the way. While we're waxing lyrical about Yetije shouting his head off, I don't know how it's got to this point.
ถ้า
But
ยิงรอก็ยิ่
Navi
ง
on
มีคน
almost
โร
a
เทต
full
มา
save, stack up A main.
Oh, right click here.
Sivov has got to try and stall it as much as he can, and the wall's done a
แปลกว่ะ
brilliant
นี่
job despite them clearing his position. Heroes arrived.
Yeah, a crossfire, which is going to be hard to dismantle.
อุ้ย
Both players are on classy.
เฮ้ย
They're
เกือบ
the
นะ
ones that take the fight. You're hoping that FUT swing out and a right click is going to be the doom of someone, but in the end, 2 rifles through to the next and an anti-eco one.
An imperative anti-eco. Let's just go back and see how this one happens. Zeus gets a couple kills, and by this point you're thinking they're home and dry, but Sivov picks another up. But FUT get through, and that's all that really matters right now. Op coming out for the first time. It's on the defender's side in the hands of Exit. An extra 5 seconds on the TP takes it to 20 in total. The gate crash ready for an A play. Gonna need to take it soon because Sivov's the one under the microscope.
And he seems to have passed
ถ้า
the
ไม่
test
ถ้า
with
ไม่เป็น
little
เส
to
กมัน
no
จะลุกเข้าไป
pressure.
แล้วมั้งเนี่ย
Here's Exit.
Post wall.
เจอเสกมันรัดไม่ได้
And that's just the strength of composition. FUT have to know they can't go for these quick pops a lot of the time because of the rotation speed.
Yeah, but
And again, just the tools that Navi have to slow the pace of the game down.
I mean, Shop, no dash. That's going to be an issue. You can already see the Sage
Oh.
on the line of Sivov,
Deadman.
supported by Rooksik in the timing.
อ้าว
Very unfortunate. Rooksik still has 2 TPs, and at the same time, NAVI are just answer straight back, still keeping one player in front, but the escape for Sivov is not as safe as he thought.
In his own words, he is an aggressive player. It's something Exit was talking about, but on the Navi socials, that's how he described himself. That's a bit of a silly one to give away, but Exit still holding things down on this A site.
Yeah, but Yetiche's gone one step further, and Hero forced onto site. They don't know what's going on in heaven, but as they peek in, the operator gets killed. So it's Hero at the back of site. You know he's a good anchor. Can he do it once again? It's a one-on-one, and he's hoping Chloric gets here soon and doesn't even need to. Oh, okay, maybe he does. 30 HP on Crystalli. With 15 seconds left, he needs to get that spike down. A tap, hoping to bait out a peak, it does, but it also baits out his own doom.
5 วิพี่
NAVI
เขา
answer
ยังไม่
straight
วาง
back.
Yeah, it's a fight that he
เฟก
can't
ก่อน
win.
ต้องเฟก
And another gun round for NAVI. Who's counting at this point? But as I was saying, maybe a slight lack of discipline in the mid-round. Young team, aggressive team. These are the sorts of things that you expect to happen. Especially as the roster is just starting out. Really, this is their honeymoon period. But I was impressed with the way that things were handled on the whole, Cairo. And what FUT need to be doing essentially is just baiting out that util, looking for those fights in isolation. They've got Sop with a dash to do it. They've got Zeus in his
ก็ว่าโด
TP.
นว่ะจริง
And Sociable is starting to rack up some of these ult orbs.
Yeah, that he is. But at the same time, right, you've got to pick your poison. Do you want to execute into the Vise, or do you want to execute into the Sage?
I think the most interesting detail that I'm seeing from this round so far from FUT is that Zeus is actually the one on the outlaw. Usually it was Sop using the scoped weapons. He's rifle in hand, part of this pack of players that is slowly pushing towards the A site. But not merged with the spike just yet. It's both of the duelists heading into the open arms of Roxic with the judge. He
หล
doesn't
อกไม่
bite.
ได้อย่างนี้หลอกไม่ได้
Doesn't give away his position.
ไม่
And
เชื่
he
อครับ
doesn't give away the gun, most importantly.
They also rotate off the back of it. I mean, exit now, backfilling market. You've got two players holding on B main. NAVI are in a decent position to defend this B site.
Yeah, defend mid, most importantly. As that is the main arm of the push, but nobody's going to
เฮ้ย
bite.
ขาโผล่
So
ก็
it's
นะ
Chloric
เรียบร้อย
on the old spot. Oh, but he's just been easily cleared by it in the end. FUT just straight out onto site.
Oh, Vice will actually allows the flood to come through. Hero quick double, and with the steel guarded online, it's everything NAVI could have hoped for and more. That's until FUT snatch it right back from them. Res online brings it to a 3-on-2, man advantage
ไม่โดนด้วย
NAVI. As the spike is looking to go in, there's only 10 seconds to do it, and
เอ้า
Sivov is the savior. On another
เหลือเชื่อว่า
debut,
มัน
he
แพ้
dominates.
I mean, it's as simple as that. It just comes through the setup that NAVI have. Heroes wall, lose that blood, and it really becomes a trap. Goes down. So well played by NAVI.
I mean, how often do you see teams flood out of CT
ถ้าเล่น
into
กลางแขน
stairs? Heroes wall enabling that. Gets the ult off before he passes. And NAVI go 2 from 2. FUT reduced to pistols. Yes, Sociable has the run it back, but the ult that you really want is Zeus's. He's hoping to get a hold
แต่
of
เม
this
ตายู
A
รู
orb,
เนิร์ฟ
but
นี่เป็นทีมที่
as
สอง
NAVI
ที่เอา
pull
ยู
back
รู
on
มา
this initial
ใช่ไหม
aggression, he should be able to
Right.
take it.
NAVI giving
แรกคือ
absolutely
Paper Leg
nothing away. Zeus will get the tour de force.
หมายถึงด้านนี้ใช่ไหม
But you're hoping that people
Right.
peek into you, and I don't think Navi's going to do that. They're playing around their setups.
That's the FUT game plan as well, and NAVI just haven't offered an inch. Here's
หมด
exit.
ไปละตัวมีสไน
And there is your exit.
Yeah.
แม่ง
Zeus
สาด
shown the door.
Ui.
Oh, he wants a little
Oh,
more.
oh,
Actually, it's a tag
โดนด้วย
onto
นะ
Sociable
เหลือ3-4
through
ครับ
Sabrosa down to
เอ็กซิสมัน
34.
แสบ
And your win conditions in
best
this
player
round
in
of
the
your
world.
FUT have already evaporated. So it's at this stage in the game, Cairo, where
ไม่ว่าคอมเป๊ป
my
แต่ป่ะเนี่ย
concerns posture towards FUT
คอม
and
มี
that
คอ
of
ม
the
เป็ด
desk
ไหม
discussed in detail only continue
เออ
to
ไม่แน่
ramp
ใจ
up.
ไงจำได้ว่าพี่ติงโยรุ
More delay, more issues. For FUT has a pistols trying to
ว่ะ
execute
คอม
into
เป๊ป
this
เลยไม่ได้
position. You
จริง
can't
มัน
help
เล่นเลย
but
นะ
feel this is another rifle round that's going to go Navi's
เศษ
way.
นี่แหละใช่ไหม
Certainly feels
เออ
like
เป็น
it.
ทีมจะเป็น
Hero
เศษเนี่ยดาวไว
on the list
ดาว
again.
ไวเซน
Present on the B side.
ฮีโร่แม่ง
Inside flawless for him to check off.
เดือดตลอดมา
NAVI taking an early
จริงๆ
lead
Fnatic
here
มันคิด
after
ผิดว่า
losing
ฮี
the
โร่ออก
pistol yet again.
30
FUT
seconds
sent back
left.
to the drawing board in what will be another
They're
4-5,
completely-
but it gets to a point where if they're not able to find this one, then you start to look towards the coaching staff for answers yet again.
Yeah.
They've been great for adaptations in the past, but it feels like right now the team is static.
I think that's a compliment realistically for FUT in terms of that. Hazard, they're just not shooting back. When have you seen a FUT team since this roster's inception at the start split one? Where is Ruxic off to? He's like a clay pigeon, just being shot down. Sivov wants to fight here as well, but Sop's going to answer that immediately. So 2 players to the good, and NAVI,
โดโซว่า
they have to try and hold on to this A site.
Yeah, wild set piece to start, but it has rocked them
But no
back.
deal,
Ops in the feed now. Exit getting
Exit
the
เหรอ
better of Sop. And
Oh,
he's
exit
actually dived into the site here with the shorty.
มันแบก
Gonna put the mask back on
แบก
eventually
exit
and try and play
ชนะ
hero back in.
ENC หมดเลยทุกประเทศ
And hell,
โซนมัน
there's the next one, but the trade is good. So it's a 2v1 for Exit to clutch up.
อุ้ย
Still does have his one flash and his decoy to try and play around. Is those steps real? It seems as if the players on
Ui.
foot won't bite.
ดีนะ
Go all
หลบ
even.
หลบแฟดเลยได้
I mean,
เทียบ0-0ได้ครับ
great
ผม
punishment from FUT of that initial mid play. It was a wall up on the Radianite box in short, I think, which Ruxic TP'd on top of. Yeah, you see it there. Not sure what type of an angle he was looking for, maybe just something to catch FUT off guard. But you can kind of see the confidence in the play. Navi going for this sort of stuff. FUT a lot more direct after those opening kills, though, and just...
Yeah.
It's those openings which they haven't had up until this point.
Of course, it felt like the straw that broke the camel's back for Navi. They just used the momentum to really roll their way in towards A. But it's a similar scoreline to what happened on Split. Sociable has managed to find Seavoff, but I was going to say FUT found the 5th round, and then Navi got the rest.
Sure. I think that this is the thing. FUT
Net
have had
la
a couple
ไป
of times now this round and the previous
ทำ
where
งาน
they
อีก
are
รอบ
not getting the opening kill. So it's what they do with this that I'm now waiting to see. Over rotation towards A from Navi. This is really nicely called.
Yeah.
Exit will be arriving. Hero through short. It's Ruxic tucked away in wine that has to go big.
Sop still has his dash, his movement abilities. It's a good molly. And Ruxic does try to TP out. Exit's missed.
ล็อกซิกนิ่ง
And the
จัด
trade
อะ
not there.
จังหวะเมื่อกี้
FUT
มันต้องแบบ
have the A
ปลาย
side
สู้
should
แล้วอะ
they want it, and they certainly do, especially with Sop's blades. Denial of any guns. Still, you have to be scared of that duelist.
And now into the retake. Chloric still has the dart up. Hero a flash. Spam plays him in, but nothing to go for.
I mean, that spam was decent there. Doesn't quite finish out, and now he's trying to run to the hills, but the hills have come to him. And now has a one-round advantage for FUT.
Yeah, FUT retaking the lead for themselves, and I gotta say, I'm impressed with the patience, especially on the coach side. We were saying maybe we were starting to arrive in timeout territory, but they've held their nerve,
Yeah.
clearly thinking that the plan was good enough. And it's just playing a slower game, waiting for the kills to come to them. Navi showing a bit of overconfidence now, perhaps, in some of the duels that they're taking. You see the punishment come through.
ตั้งแต่ตอนนี้ซอฟมันโดนทัวร์ลงมันก็แบบ
Oh,
เก
they
ม
are
เกมขึ้น
8
เยอะเลยนะ
strong to 8 strong. I was going to say they are
Strong.
Oh my god, man! They are
Ui.
6 strong towards that side in terms of player numbers from either side, and Hero's been put it down to 5. Going to put it down to 4. Oh, he's just so
Down to
good. Lovely stuff.
ฮีโร่
I
Mang
mean,
man
Yetish
nhiều
is
con
going to
điên.
be able to steal the spike away, and Zeus deep through mid goes elsewhere, but into the arms of Exit, who's just on a classic.
Where's Chloric off to? Off
Yeah.
to the shops.
Certainly trying to get out of harm's way.
Yeah, no, Ruxic as well. All right, that's another. There are a couple of pistols in here. This would be a 1 versus 5, though.
Oi.
Yetish
Oi.
gets another. 1
They
versus
limit.
3 as he's now 2 kills deep, but all the remaining players on the Navi side are here on A.
Yeah, and when they do peek out, it will be an Amoda thrifty for Navi. All even once again. As I said, after all has it, we're expecting even halves.
Yeah, that
Nah,
is
man,
true.
cute
Slight
that
lean
EVG.
towards the defender side, though, and I think you have to consider that with Navi's composition, too. They've got a lot of ways, as I said, to make this difficult for FUT to get what they're looking for, and then I think, you know, you
เออ
flip
ทิ
it
ฟ
over to
ตี้
the
ไปเป็น
defender's
ไงเจ็บ
side.
ปวดเลย
Definitely concerns about
Jet
how they'll be
forward,
able to deal
Mình
with the
ăn
chamber, the
3-5 แล้ว
jet, once
Half
they get
sunset
up and running
มา
with
แบบลอยมาแล้ว
snipers. Looking at it here, FUT wanting to go for another direct play. It's straight into the double sentinel on B, however.
Yeah, nicely set up. Good
Wait.
dart. Sop can't
He's on the
capitalise.
wall.
And
They kill.
Exit, as well as found Crystalli. I mean, denied any entry.
เป็นเรื่อง
FUT
ว่ะ
just picking the wrong sites.
Yeah.
But it's this inability to press stop.
2-0 วะผมว่า
Just a blind commitment, and it could
Now
not
we
have
come along.
been worse, really. worse conditions
Nah,
for
eng
them to
แม่ง
assail.
บอกดูเปเปอร์เล็กแล้วคอมนี่เก่ง
No
เอา
one
เลย
can follow up that initial dash from Sop. That is the
ง่าย
reason
ซื้อ
why they lose
แม่ง
the
บอกซื้อ
round. At least in its current state, a fifth queued up for Navi as the rest of FUT are still just biding their time in B main. An additional orb for Sociable brings him one away from another run
โซ
it
เชีย
back.
ลขอสัก1 คิวกดอันติ
Would be
By
the
thought,
difference
like, we need-
maker in this position.
Once again, that utility still there for the Sentinels, but so is the ability to shoot for FUT. Still only one player to the good on NAVI, so should there be any
ตัว
solo
พินิ
picks
หาร
like
เฮ้ย
Hero
ฮะ
right
นี่ไง
now? FUT could
แล้ว
find
มาจริง
themselves an
เข้าเลน
even
กดอันติ
spot.
เพื่อน Come on,
It's just a
let's
random
go.
spam. It's brought the ult
Seconds left.
online. Sociable can close the distance on the site and fight
Spike
Boathouse.
down.
Navi need to
Time.
duel back, and they are.
Yeah, Rooksik at the back of side needs to be careful, denies the runner back, and Exit gets the kill. Now,
Ah,
see
shit.
Sociable has to re-entry the site and won't be given the opportunity. Exit's up once
ไม่
again.
ได้ย้าย
Talk about discipline.
บ้านเด็ก
Perfectly approached in the closing stages there by Navi, not to get ahead of themselves. Exit has the perfect op line to stop the cross from stairs. This replay is exactly what I'm
ไอ้
talking
ซอฟนี่เว
about.
ลามันเข้าไซส์
Sop is the
แม่ง
only
ดูเป้า
player who can get into
เป้าไม่ง
the
ดูหลาย
site
หลาย
there.
จุดเลยนะแบบเหมือนคน
Everyone
โดน
else
ตรง
from
นู้นตรง
Navi
นี้
part of this
นั่นแหละ
blockade.
ดูไว้ลิ
And on the whole, the macro has been pretty damn good from them on defense so far. It's just in these micro details where FUT have the edge as you expect them to.
I
เขาบอก
wonder
โอ้
though,
ชีวิตฉันวุ่น
maybe
วา
we can come back to
ย
this conversation. The rounds at hand. There's 3 in the mixer, 4 FUT in terms of rifles, and they're trying to make their way down mid.
Yeah, Exit was initially there with the operator, but gives it up after the reveal.
And no matter where FUT want to go, there is a NAVI player waiting to deny.
Yeah. Chloric with an Odin in short. Exit playing from hell. He's already spammed out Zeus before he rounds the corner. Criminal from that position, and he'll continue to do so through the button. Door goes up behind it. Spike caught in transition, and Hero on another signature flank. They'll fall into his lap as he finds another 2. And Yetajay has so much at hand if he is to task past these final remaining 4 players on the Navi side. They can extend their advantage for the first time in what has been a real pendulum swing of rounds.
It's not the gun you want either if you're
30
yet to shoot.
seconds left.
Yeah,
It's not even getting the spam through, unfortunately.
there's another wall there. Now, Exit is just lofted up in heaven. He's not quite caught wind of Yetajay. Yetajay's going to let him know, though. He's a noisy, noisy boy with that Odin. And Exit wraps it up in the end. 6-4, 2-round cushion. You're smiling. What's so funny? Noisy boy?
No, it's fair enough.
You're childish, mate.
Listen. Anyway, moving on. We're back to rifle versus rifle. Yetajay's the real difference maker so far from FUT. He's
GG
11 and 7,
จีป่ะ
4 in front of anybody close to
What
him.
can Angel do?
Gee.
Come stage? He can't.
I don't know. Did anyone
3
else say that? Hopefully not.
Not me. Extra is absolutely complementary to this attack side, like you said, especially considering what they're playing into at this stage in the game. I have to see how they do when the roles reverse, but with the timeout now behind us, let's see if that's offered them any clarity. It's this Op Odin combination again with a mid focus from Navi. plenty of players interested as FUT are looking to split the A site, but it's into the Sentinels again.
Yeah, I mean, so far Navi's setups have been so spot on every single time. It feels like they've got plans on plans. And Hero, this time, very rarely do we see him miss out. A Hunter's Fury to get that shot space. There is a denial through the wall, so still stalled out our FUT.
Yeah, but I think FUT can re-engage here with some comfortability. Ruxic playing from heaven. There's no one from NAVI here with feet on site to actually hold down this space and anchor it.
Yeah, this is a big 1 versus 1. And X is going to win out. Well, advantage towards NAVI. And a retake with a dimensional drift. All the information is going to be there. NAVI have pushed all the chips to the middle of the field. And at the end, it feels like NAVI are the ones who are going to come out on top. Sociable trying to make it work with just the classic. But NAVI fling everything at him. Crystalli, yeah, he's able to get one. But it's a drop in an ocean of NAVI kills. 7-4 is the scoreline.
Yeah, it's a fantastic round from NAVI.
เรียกได้ว่าตีไม่
Again,
เข้า
just
ครับ
knowing
จังหวะนี้
when it is they need to take fights, when to drop back. Hero gets caught at the first instance, but from that point onwards, it's near
คือรู้มัน
spotless.
การันตีอะตอน
Brilliant
นี้ครับ
retake here.
ไม่รู้
Great
เลย
use of that Euro ult as well. Exit showing quite the proficiency on this agent when, as we say, it only makes up 5% of his entire agent pool.
I swear to God, I think I'm the best Euro player. I did something insane.
Forget best player in the world. Best Euro player for now seems to be good enough.
I mean,
As it's
something?
sending NAVI towards a series win in their opening game. 1 round left to play in this half. They're heading into the Vice again.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like they can't escape. Sop, though, has not missed when it comes to entry kills, let's be honest, doing his fair share. But so have NAVI when it comes to flooding. When you look at that backside B, it's going to be a real issue.
ไปซะแล้ว
Warlock from Sivov as well. He can join in the fight here from site 2 if he likes.
ตี
That's
น้อง
if
วอ
he's
ล
going
เซ
to get the chance, if FUT even want to keep going on B. It seems to be the case. As they start to fight on, and Hero identified in the middle of sight. So it's Clorix Odin. Can he hold Mouse 1 long enough? No, he can't. We're going to get the tour de force in. 4v2 post.
Spike planted.
Should be a certainty now for FUT.
Should be.
Nice movement, Ruxic. Gets over the top of the wall, in fact. It's going to be retaking from Speedway. But Sivov nowhere near the rest this time. Nothing to skew the odds. FUT with a 5th round, I think, would be absolutely huge for their efforts here.
But if NAVI can deny the players getting out at the very least, you're looking at all 4 players not really got a repurchase for the next
Well, yeah,
round.
they don't need a repurchase, Kyra, because the half's going to
yeah,
end
that's
after
right.
this
Oh my
one,
God.
mate. Lock in! Lock in their 5th
How
round here.
Oh dear, Hazza. I mean, it's a nice recovery
ค่อยๆมา
from FUT, let's be honest. But with that being said,
Stop,
let's have a listen on what Coach Vlad had to say ahead of
ได้
the
แล้วนะ
match.
สปิดอยากรู้แปซิฟิกทีมไหนหยิบสปิดมาทีมแรก
อันนี้มันแพทนี่ยังด่านใหม่
มีแล้วดันใหม่มีแล้วน่าจะวอลผิดเมื่อกี้
มาแล้วสเตจ2อย่าลืมไปกดทายด้วยนะคู่ถัดไปยังทันอยู่คู่นี้ไม่เป็นไรคิดซะว่าทายผิด
เปลี่ยนไม่ได้ดูดิเราคำไหนคำนั้นครับผม
A half separating them and we'll have to see how that attack looks because this composition is a bit of a slow roller with that double senti. All eyes for me on exit to see what he can keep doing with this Yoru.
มีครับแมป3ยังมีใจเย็น
Full
นะ
set up
แมป
with
กัน
players ready to take fights on the extremities. The only issue that I would have with that is that Navi are ready to overwhelm
แมป
B.
กันฮะ
Yeah, I mean, wherever Navi go, they're going to have numbers. Sivov, priority on the Sage res early here in terms of
พูดได้
ults.
คำเดียวไปเลยว่า
So
เอามา
again,
หนึ่ง
a
ครับ
slower style
วาง
expected
เป้า
from
ระดับ
them
หั
here.
ว
As those players start to emerge through Link, Sop catches vision,
เอาไป1หัวจริง
but can't deal any
Double hog
damage.
war.
Sociable filling in under the arch. Navi actually going to play straight into his hands. A flash through the smoke from exit, cancelled. No, goes through dry, but still finds one on the way.
Yeah, it's an even trade
Bang.
overall. Duelist for duelist, flasher for flash, but the players trying to overwhelm Cristalli now through in towards
like Master
market,
Dad.
and foot collapse on it through mid as well.
อ้าว
They've not missed a beat on these pistols so far, Cairo. And it is a 3
Really
versus
gone.
2 in their
Really,
favor as
really
things
gone.
stand, but Hero has the information on Crostali. Cornered as he is, does claim the kill. Spike still here, held at an impasse, arm's length right now as there's no vision to plant this.
Oh.
Both of them just give away the
30
space.
seconds left.
Yeah, but they'll think this is B. I thought
I
for a
don't-
minute Ruxic would have gone A.
We
Instead,
didn't
no.
have
It will be where we thought it
don't
was.
have,
20
okay.
seconds remaining. Soon to be 45 in terms of post plan. But Hero early on the Sheriff.
Finds one, and it's actually his own flash which stops him from taking that second jewel. Damage from Zeus, but Ruxic still dominating his own smoke here in stairs.
ยิง
He's the healthy one of the two. An overstep is unwise in this position.
No, as both players jump out together, and Zeus does not convert. Foot's fourth pistol. It will be Navi to find their first. And could that be the killing blow in this second half?
Certainly feels like it's shaping up that way.
เนี่ย
Really well read 2 versus 2 from what you would now consider the old guard, the stars of this Navi team that have
เป็นเรื่องเลย
kept
คอ
their
ร์สอยู่
place.
โคตรสวยงามเนี่ย
Hero,
สุด
a
เมื่อกี้ทุกอ
huge
ย่าง
transfer talked
Bob,
about
the
from the
Bengals will see,
2024 off-season, and Ruxic
Yeah.
equally so.
But it's also the new boy on the block who is showing up the most. 15 kills to his name. Hero obviously 17.
The one which Navi waited to have in the lineup, now showing the impact. Sivov can be counted there as well. Everyone on the Navi side brawling through B. It's another one of these
Crostali.
wacky second rounds where Crostali's found a couple for his troubles. Navi still firmly have their sights set on this B take, and with Yetage now the rear guard wrapping back around towards the switch.
บ้านนู้น
There isn't a way back in.
Last player standing.
ว้าบ้า
Yeah, the 3 rifles sitting ready on Navi's side. Zeus's headhunter can't hunt a lot. So Navi are 1 away from double digits.
And they have done so right out of the other side of the opening 12, Cairo. The timeline and the trends continue to favor them, as you can see. FUT have really struggled to turn up to this game, and whether that's the wake-up call they need or not, I'm not too sure. We'll have to see how things transpire, as this one's not done yet. It is a first full buy for the Turkish #1 seed.
But it also feels like a full buy for Navi with the rifles and the shields that they've got in play.
Zeus and Sop under the arch, looking to combine
Healing.
and create something for them here, as Sivov already has the res online into this bonus. Information circling back now to the defenders as Navi have emerged from B main. Trying to get out onto the site, but Sop finding one blind through the smoke with Spam. Chloric back up on his feet, and the follow-up isn't there.
Yeah, still not able. It's Exit to fill the kill feed next, and FUT helping each other out, playing as a team.
Player standing.
And now it's all just left alone.
Spike carrier's already made it to site. Ruxic only needs to delay from main.
Yeah, a 2 versus 1. One that Ruxic, you can see, wants to take that fight. Chloric at the back of Boathouse nearly gets caught out. Ruxic swings round and gives Navi double digits. Hazza, they are on the cusp of something special.
Yeah, the bonus round in the bag for NAVI, and as Mini was hypothesizing in the build-up to this one, sometimes when FUT lose, they lose heavy, they lose hard, and they are on the receiving end of a blowout right now. You can see the frustration on Bambino. Much more stoic expression from Vlad as
ร้อนปะ
they've got to keep it
ร้อน
together
แบบว่า
here.
เฮ้ย
5-round
มาไฟ
lead.
สูตร
เฮ้ยโอ้โหวิทามไม่
Sop's
Oh.
Marshall just absolutely ripped to shreds.
ถามมิ่งวะ
He's had no luck today.
Yeah.
None at all.
It feels like
Navi
dogs
2-0
just
รอเลย
attacking scraps. Navi,
Navi
every
โคตร
single
โหดอะ
one of them hungry. And I mean, no wonder with the performances that they've had this year.
Looking on the FUT side too, the Sop perspective, as I said, he has just not had a chance to contribute so
เสีย
far.
ทรงเลยอะ
โวยวายไม่ได้
At least those
มันก็เสียคน
presented
ไปเลย
have all gone
เสียคน
astray.
เสียคนเลย
น่าจะหมดยุคแล้ว
Zeus the next to step up to the plate. It is a similar conclusion.
Don't do a long
Exit is on
time,
fire right now. And Navi on the charge, just
ยุค
2
ของซอฟ
rounds
แบบมา
away as
ได้
it
ยังไม่ทันเจอ
stands.
ตลาดกดละ
Looking to wrap up this series with a clean sheet.
ทำผิดพลาดไปหน่อย
Sociable has recovered a rifle, but that's about all. It's looking like a done deal in my eyes, Cairo.
Yeah, it feels like it. Sociable's given it his best bets, and to be honest, nice ultimate orb collection for the next round, but it feels like small
Put back my team ที่แบบ
small
เชื่อ
like
ใจไม่เคยได้
conditions in this map. Navi know exactly what they need to do to win
สด
this
ยับ
out.
สดยับ
FUT moving the needle in increments. Navi, the ones with their foot on the gas pedal.
จริงมันสูญเสียตัวตนไปละ
Second timeout used, and still Navi not having to press the panic button almost once in this series, really. It's felt like they've been in control the entirety of the time, and this is just a shell of the FUT that we saw in London. I mean, again, come back to the Sop
เฮ้ยเพลงนี้
conversation.
ไม่โดนพี่ไม่ต้อง
Zeus,
เปิด
the
หรอกฟัง
stars in this
เสียงที่คุ้น
team.
เคย
It took a couple of games for them to get going in kickoff, but even then, we've not seen anywhere near the level here today.
No, we have not. We just simply haven't. It feels as if right now, if you said it at the start, Hazza, we asked you the question, is the honeymoon period over? And you said, let's see after this map. But at 11-5, are you willing to give us an answer?
I think the honeymoon period is waning. Cairo.
Yes.
I'll go that far.
Okay.
It's not done just yet. Not done just yet.
So you're a fence sitter?
The honeymoon period's over. I'll be cut and dry with you. No, it's certainly looking that way. And as we come back out of the timeout, what a historic win this could be for NAVI. Their first win against FUT since 2023. First year of
สอบเป็นหนัก
partnership.
จริงวะ
You know what happened in 2023?
สูญเสียตัว
Tell
ต
me,
นไป
Hazza.
แล้ว
That's the last time NAVI went
มัน
to
ดู
China.
เล่นแบบว่า
So you're telling me there's a chance?
I'm telling you there's a
Look.
chance. I won't fence it on that.
Okay. Okay, well, we'll see if that is the case. They need to get by FUT first. And this next round could all but confirm at least overtime in this. So we're going to see a very early Phoenix ultimate. They run it back, use to clear B main. And at the same time, Navi react. They're going to take A with a nice entry kill.
เรายิงเป็นเพราะมัน
Not
ตัดผม
cleared
พี่
though, and that's an issue.
Yeah, tucked away in heaven, but how much can he find from this position?
How much of a chance is he going to get?
ของเฮงไม่ดี
Waiting for an extension, maybe more than
เลยทรง
anything
ไม่ค่อย
else.
ดีอะ
Yeah, well, with the spike, and he's going to take that fight. Players have seen
Oh,
him, and unfortunately, he's
free
not
there,
hit the mark.
free
When have we ever seen that? Sop
yeah,
at least gets one, Seabob, but on top of the wall goes Seabob once again, and Sop looking to be the man to try and dismantle this post plan. Exit within hell, looking to be the nightmare that FUT rue. Oh, he's just
เฮ้ย
went to
โอ้โห
the side.
ควักช็อต
Where's he
ซี่
going? Rooks
จบเลย
Chloric
เมื่อ
from
กี้ถ้ามัน
lane.
ควักกลเนี่ยเป็นเรื่องเลย
2v2, but players on spike. Chloric trying to play in front of his dart. It's up to Ruxic now. and we know how good he can be with a rifle. Hasn't seen Sop, gets him. Oh, the he didn't get it!
ไม่รีเซ็ตเป้าหน่อยวะน้อง
Full stick! And so Crystali has tossed a lifeline for FUT. Not to mention Sop. 3 kills picked up by the young gun.
ก็รีเซ็ต
Still in
เป้า
his
เมื่อกี้
rookie
นะ
year,
เป็
of
นเรื่อ
course,
ง
but we've seen how he burst onto the scene and a return to form, a much needed one for their hopes in this map and series.
Player standing.
He really does feel.
Wow.
He really does feel like that mercurial talent, right?
Sounds like someone stepped on a cat's tail.
เดี๋ยวใส่ไปใหม่ก็ได้
Well, the players cleared out of A main, so a question mark that FUT aren't necessarily willing to answer immediately. Crystali looking to hold down B himself. Assist looks like a cut and dry B exit.
I mean, this is the thing. FUT don't have a surplus of utility either to defend these site hits with, like NAVI. So everybody utility has to hit, and Sop with the blades already has done so. Free space in Boathouse for Exit to try and drift into. Flash to tee himself up, but Crystali cuts out the issue. And again, it's this duo of Sop and Crystali that are making the difference. But FUT are not safe just yet. The round yet to conclude as NAVI bounce back with 2 kills.
Yeah, only one in front, and you can see Yetaji's nowhere to be seen. Hazel's a chance now. Onto the B site they go, and Yetaji has so long to rotate in.
Looks like Rooksik's actually just going to step over the mark here. Full disrespect onto Zeus. Knows that he can win that fight with his
เฮ้ย
chest.
ถอนหายใจ
กี่
นะ
ทีกี่ทีวางเป้ารอ
Yetaji, the
โด
late
นที
flank
ก็
coming
ไม่
in.
ทัน
Hero's utility down in the position now very much expected.
ถึงกับถอนหายใจ
Slips into Speedway. Chlorix gun barrel not yet spotted from the boathouse, but it's only a matter of time. Yetaji smoke down onto the spike. He can try and play for half here at the very least. Chloric only has 1 shot, so someone has to fight through this in the end.
โอ้มันนิ่ง
It's
จัด
Chloric to stick the muzzle there. Pull the trigger and finish it off. 12 rounds on the board. NAVI just
เออ
one
ถ้าจุ่ม
away.
โอ้โหใครจะไปคิด
I mean,
มันใกล้เกิน
after the performances in London,
มีภาพอยู่นะ
FUT now in stage 2 leave a lot to be desired and put a lot of blood into the water, let's be honest, within their group.
Got to be
มันได้ยิน
thinking
ป่าววะ
about
ทำไม
team
มันถึงหยุด
vitality
เข้า
at the top of the points
Oh,
race
yeah.
as well. FUT giving them a chance to take that advantage themselves
ดูโค้ดคน
outright
ซ้ายดิหลุด
as we look towards champs.
ทำใจไม่ได้
But as you say,
โดน
this has
นาวิ
not been the FUT that we remember so
3-6-2
far. Sop to make the difference, and he does at the start of this critical round.
He needs to be the difference maker. He needs to be what FUT need. Ultimate's in, NAVI are ready.
Yetaji, that first line of defense, no follow-up. You can see Sociable trying to play in behind, but Sop's already gone down. The captain sinking with his ship. Everything that FUT built over these last couple of months, slipping through their fingertips as NAVI are here to take their first series win of the stage. It's got to be Hero now, though. As Zeus has done brilliantly, and Crystali is there to save them at the death again. Play will be extended.
Yeah, for 1 round more at least. NAVI maybe seeing the lights shining a little bit too brightly and getting distracted, trying to force the issue. And yeah, I mean, nice utility overall. It's just this backside clear.
It's stuff like the protocols too that maybe FUT aren't scrubbed up on with this composition on the map, having made the change. Sociable on the Phoenix. See it there, in no way to help his team. Heavy mid-fight. This is a ridiculous sword to die on, but FUT are making it work. They found the kills, man advantage. Do they want more? Of course they do. And Zeus gets it. Yetaji as well. Brilliant reveal. Yet another round in the bag for FUT. And a very different look.
Feels like the sleeper agent has finally been activated. FUT are actually starting to hit and remember exactly who they are, rolling up the sleeves. If they have to fight, they will. They'll brawl with you. Fisticuffs in mid is what ends up winning out. More of that, please, if you're a FUT fan.
Yeah, but you don't expect them to double down and go for the same play. It's still showing that they have full faith in their grand design. As again, we're seeing these pair of players work the periphery as it is Zeus in the middle of the map, TP available. And NAVI pushed onto a mixed buy here. This is not the round you expect them to win this series.
โอ้ยร้อน
Oh, yeah, Tajay already denying
ได้
exit
ยืน
any
เพลินๆ
opportunity.
ลุย
So
บอกเพลินๆอยู่เลย
this feels like a round that's already over and done with.
Yeah, you can see that there's been some thought put into how they want to play the Phoenix as well. Molly lineup straight out of the Andrew TikTok onto the ult orb there. Flash to force the players into his sight.
Teleport's ready.
While there is a Vandal on Ruxic, he would have to put up an abnormal play here for something to happen.
He is an abnormal player. And unfortunately, that is all she wrote for the round. Within 3 are FUT.
Yeah. And at what point, Cairo, I flip the question now to you. Is the honeymoon back on? I'm just kidding. At what
Why
point?
did you say it like that?
At what point
I
do
don't
we
know about
start to believe again, should I say?
I think when we get to overtime. At this point in time, NAVI have 2 timeouts to use in the next 3 rounds. So I'm thinking, timeout.
Yeah, there's one.
Thank you, mate. So what I was going to say is, timeout here, you get to 11, like if FUT get to 11, you time out again. Just confirm.
คัมแบ็กนะยาก
Really aggressive, prepared straight into tiles from the barriers. A bit of a switch up on the vision strikers of old.
Yeah.
NAVI are right where they would want them.
An exit from top mid is probably the scariest prospect if you're a FUT fan.
You're dead.
And unfortunately, that's a nice blaze ball. This is a nice iteration of the vision strikers, but unfortunately, there is absolutely 0 targets to hit. And, well, Seabov is just... Oh, Ruxic just came out of nowhere in from CT using his own ultimate.
จังหวะที่ดันมา
From the
หลัง
shadows,
หาย
it leaves Sop
Oi.
behind in an
Oi.
awkward spot. He kills Chloric mid-drone. In the meantime, Ruxic has shut down Yetajay. And Exit finds his man. Sop cut off the corner. NAVI on the warpath.
คนเดียวเสียวทั้ง
They're
ไซด์อ่ะ
on the final stretch as it.
ไอ้ลูซิกคนเดียวเสียวทั้งไซด์นี่
Spike can go down, and it's just Zeus in a 1 versus
จีวะ
4.
นี่
จี
โอ้
จี
โห
ครับผมตีเกสไปเลยนะพูดอีสปอร์ต
NAVI, how many times
แมต
has
ช์เดียว
this
นี่ตีเก๋เลย
potential
อะ
team
ตีเก๋
not
เลย
lived
แมตช์นี้
up to
แพ้
that
นาวี
mantle?
ตีเก๋
How
เลย
many times has that roster rebuild not
Lắm
made the difference? It looks like they're in peak form right now. When it matters at the business end of the year. What a statement to send by taking one of the top 2 teams from EMEA in London in straight sets in your opening series. Zeus, the last man standing. He drops into the site and lets them know where he is. NAVI closing in. They know exactly what this means.
เห็นภาพเลยจบเลย
39 on ascent in the air.
คือถ้ามันจะควักช็อตตี้กระโดดยิงนี่คือเห็นภาพเลยจบแน่นอน หมดยุคแล้วเผยช็อตตี้กระโดดยิงเนี่ย
จริงเลิกเถอะคลาสสิกดีกว่าลงไปกดโค้กก่อน1 กระป๋อง
กด
ซีโร่ซีโร่
เฮ้ยของดี เอานูบิดไปไหนหมดละอ๋อที่บอกอ๋อตั้งแต่ผมย้ายทีมมาผมรู้สึกว่า การที่ผมมายืนโยกบนเวทีเป็นอะไรที่เท่มาก อืม แล้วผมก็ยังโยกต่อไป เพราะว่าผมชนะแบบชิลๆ ปวดหลังว่ะ จบโคตรเร็วอะ คู่แรกอะ ปวดหลังสัสเลยอะอยู่ดีปวดหลัง
You joining me here on the desk. We have the coach himself, Angel. You'll have to address what Sivov is saying here, as well as Mini here. Very
ยิ้ม
coachy
ได้นะ
in
ยัง
the
ยิ้มได้
setup. So first of all, I have to ask you. Apparently, Sivov is saying that you will not let him play the Phoenix. Is he making a good
Okama.
case for himself?
No, I'm not. It's like I'm not forbidding him to play Phoenix. He's just very good on Sage, for example, and some other agents. And when he gets to play Phoenix, he's like whiffs and like messages while he whiffing. He's messaging me. Okay, it's Sage. Okay. I agree.
You're laughing here. Why? Why do you find it that funny?
Every day he comes to the office and he's just like, he just says to Angel, maybe Phoenix today, maybe
Bro,
Phoenix.
Every time someone play Phoenix, he message me and look, this comp looks actually good. anyone.
I feel like after today he's not going to be able to play it.
No, maybe we play some maps on Phoenix. Maybe not.
Okay.
Like I can.
I have to say, I'm loving the vibes. Like not only here, but also on stage. You were so upbeat. What has happened during the past couple of months for you guys to be so jolly? Like it is not how I would define you guys.
To be honest, we realized yesterday, like it was very like up and down day. Not gonna go in details, but in the end, we figured out the way we should start the game and the energy we should like be having. And it was full focused on like these things, except the strats, of course.
So you start your season against FUT. I'm sure you remember because you haven't won against FUT since 2023. In fact, you even struggled to get a map off of them as NAVI. Exit looking good.
NAVI, bro.
You always look good.
New.
What was so special about today for you to be? Because bar the pistols, who's in charge of the pistols?
Hero and a boot.
Not me.
คุณมีคนใช้โค
Just a boot.
No, the one we win, it's me. The other is the boot.
Okay, so one
มี
was
โคลบ
yours.
14 อัน
Yes.
Okay. So what is about this team that has made it so easy to win against FUT? Did you expect to have this kind of result?
Talk a bit.
ตั้งที่ขุด
I think, I mean, we just like found our rhythm a lot. I think like everyone like just has like their jobs and like what they need to do and like what they're responsible for, and like it's just easier that way.
It feels like we're seeing NAVI grow philosophically quite a lot. Like in the past, you were a very slow team, very methodical. Even now, though, today it looks very aggressive. Even playing like single duelists. Is that something that you and Cloric are working out, Angel? Or is that something Coach Salah's come in, or am I talking nonsense?
No. It's like, first of all, it was a very specific map where it like actually makes sense to like fight a lot and bring the fight to them. Yeah, especially on split. But in general, I feel like the kids fit the style much more than
มี
the
โค
others,
เลย
for sure. So I have to adapt and bring them more reasons and ways to like
มัน
actually
มี
go
คนแอบ
aggressive.
ใช้
But when it
อาจ
actually
จะ
like
เก็บ
there
ไว้
is
ค
a
รับ
reason behind it, right? When it's a good idea. Like I'm not gonna tell when it is, but yeah, it should make sense.
You are also bringing a very important point. Salah is joining you on the booth. Can you tell us a little bit about? Because I personally know, because I talked to Salah, but I don't think people know like how this comes to be, and like he has a lot of experience.
Yes, he helps me actually a lot. Like he actually does his job very well. He is like very hype man. I'm a bit less of a hype like coach, let's say it like this. So he helps me a lot with like actually bringing the team energy up. He helps me with like few maps a lot, like because he was like specialist on few maps. So I always will take his advice. And yeah, like I think he's like one of the most important our like additions to the roster.
Yeah, I mean, for me as well, like since he's joined the team, like I feel like he's just only helped me go up, and like he's made me realize just how good I am. I think that's like the main thing like that he showed me a lot. Like I think his like.
What you didn't know before?
Well, like a little bit, you know.
What do you think the biggest difference is right now, overall? Is it Exit joining? Is it Cloric coming into IGLing? Salah?
Did you need more time?
To be honest, I think the fact that I give Cloric right now a bit more space to work as AGL, not as a structure, because first split he had to like experience a lot of stuff, go through, learn a lot of rules for AGL, like especially learn the region. And now for this stage, I'm definitely giving him much more like freedom and like to express himself, and it's gonna be more me helping him to give him the tools he uses on the map, basically, yes. And this is probably the biggest difference. Not like it's not more than 30% difference, yeah, but like because there's a lot of other factors like 5% this and this. I think it just like the picture is stacking very well right now, at least in my head.
There's a lot of pictures. I think the one coming into this stage, and especially after the later patches that we've had, the last one being this morning, you guys decided to do a lot of double sentinel, single individual duelist, as we are seeing. I also saw that you left Summit open. That made me a little bit excited, especially with the agents that you're playing. It makes a lot of sense. Are you going to be one of the surprising teams that we have, for example, on that map?
I don't know. Who knows what is surprising? Maybe our comp is the most default one on this map.
Or maybe you set the.
แชทผมปวดท้องจัดเลย
You
วะ
are the one
นะ
that
เดี๋ยว
set
มา
the meta. Do you think you can be?
We can. Like it's very hard to tell. I'll be honest with you. Meta changes like 3 times first month. Like
I have high hopes for you and Salah. I think that you have, very great minds, and then you have.
Can we get a taste at all? What's happening in scrims? What comps are popular? What agents?
No, I'll be honest with you. Even if I will joke, it might give up something. So yeah.
Okay.
We're ready to play Summit, as you saw in the video. It's everything I will say.
Well, guys, last question before I let you go. This was great, 2-0, you know, a lot of very positive takeaways. It is not the first time that you have a
ไม่
good
ต้องแล้วได้แล้ว
start of a season, so please like keep it up, keep the emotions up, because next you're going up against Vitality
นี่
in
ได้แล้วนี่
just a couple of days. How is it, you know, going from playing week to week and having so much time to prepare into going blind into a team like Vitality that just comes off a couple of global events? And is that scary? Do you feel like you're prepared?
I think it's just a bit unfair, to be honest, because for us it's gonna be a second game, for them first, so they obviously have like more reads into like what we are doing. From other side, they played EVC till like very late stages, right? Or yeah, I think like till quarter. So they basically came here like 4 days ago, right?
2 days ago.
2 days
they
ago.
were on my flags, I can
So
tell
yeah,
you.
okay, I'm taking back the unfair part. I'm taking. I wouldn't want to come here 2 days ago. But yes, I think it's just gonna be fun. Like I don't think, not hyped, not scared, like just normal game.
I say you pick Summit. I think you get that.
Actually, I think it's a good move since they had no time to play it at all, right?
I will be here to watch. So I will like when you're doing the map veto, I will remind you of that. But thank you very much, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you here. We're going to go into a very short break, but do not go anywhere because we have our second game of stage 2. It's going to be Team Liquid against Eternal Fire. We'll see you there.
Liquid กับ Eternal Fireห้องน้ำ ปิดโลตัสเฮเว่นปิดสปิดโลตัสเฮเว่นอย่างนั้นนะสวัสดีครับมาแล้วOBS หลุด shit มาละ is back
Surely they should be able to take this one.
I think realistic.
ผมทายลิควิดไปอ่ะเพราะคิดว่าลิควิดมันน่าจะไม่น่าหมูขนาดนั้น แนทไปไหนแนทเนี่ยป่วยแนทไปไหนครับพี่เอ๋ย
แนทลาไปเก็บเวลพาวเวอร์ครับ
เก็บเวลเอา
แนทเป็นโฮสต์ไงเป็นคนสร้างเซิร์ฟเดี๋ยวเพื่อนๆเล่นต่อไม่ได้ เลยลาไปเล่นก่อน
น้องรันเซียขอบคุณ5 กล่องนะครับอันนี้คือสตรีมผมบินแล้วมาใหม่ก็คือมันแจ้งเตือนแล้วเหรอ
Players. I think it's
ดีว่ะ
best players. I think
แล้วเปอร์โปเป็นเจ็ดครับ โลฮานก็เล่นไวเปอร์แทนพี่แนท
เฮ้ย
ทำไมวะมึงก็มีไอ้อ๋อไอ้เวนมันไปแล้วนี่หว่ามันเอาออกเลยไม่ได้เป็นใน inactive
Going on the
ลื
veto
มไป
here.
ไม่มีมินิบูแต่มีเพอร์เพลนี่หว่า
มินิบูไปไหนนะ
พักเลย พักยาว
Ito is buffed right now. He can TP across the map on split defense. What I'm looking for
ลูก
is the
ไอ้
fact
เหี้ย
that
โค้ด
he can
ลงมา
just
นั่งเล่น
TP
แล้วหน้า
one
อย่าง
side of the map to
โอ้โห
the other, a bit like old Euro. A tone of fire
โค้ดโค้ดลงมานั่งเล่นแล้วแบบโอ้โหเหมือนลงมาคุมมากกว่าเชี่ยเอาดีลิควิดแมวน้องหายเป็นนิ้วแล้วแต่ช่วงนี้น้องมีแกนในท้องเยอะมาก แมวไม่ยอมตด
เป็นไงวะ
แมวตดซะงั้น
แอดมาแมตช์หน้าตอนนั้นมันไม่ได้บอกว่าไปไหน
เฮ้ยผมยืมบาสมุดหน่อยดิจะเอาไปผสมพันธุ์
ใช่แต่พี่ไม่ได้อยู่ในเกมเลย
จบละ
เจ็ดพาวเวอร์พี่ค้างเป็นแท็บอยู่เลยตอนเนี้ย ตอนที่การ์ดจอเออร์เลอร์อะไปรอจบแบบนี้ได้ไหมเดี๋ยวเข้าไปเทสอีกที
ได้คุณบอยฟิกเอา
ได้ตัว
บาสมุด
เมีย
ใส่
แล้วเหรอ
โต๊ะไว้หน่อยเดี๋ยวเขาพิมพ์บอก
มันต้องหาพวกอะไรพิเศษด้วยใช่ไหมไอ้พวกเนี้ยจะเก่งอ่ะใช่ป่ะมอนอ่ะ
อะไรนะ
มันต้องแบบเอาตัวพิเศษมาผสมกันไปผสมกันมาใช่ไหมใช่ไหม
ใช่ต้องผสมแบบผสมเป็นพันอะแต่พี่ต้องฟาร์มขยันฟาร์มเค้กเฉยๆเนี่ยมันตลกว่ะโค้ดลงมาเล่นแล้วแบบไม่ชินอะ
ไม่เค
แต่
ย
จ
ส
ริง
แตนด์อินเลยนี่ระ
แต่
วั
จ
ง
ริงๆสมมติว่าถ้าโค้ดลงมาเล่น ผมว่าแม่งก็ไม่ได้แอบเสียเปรียบขนาดนั้นนะฟิลเหมือนมีคนดึงใจมีคนทำแผนให้ตลอดอะ
แต่ว่าแนทมัน
เออ
แบกกันดีปกติอ่ะ
แต่แนนมันแบกจัดเลย
อะไรหลายๆอย่างมันจะหายไปไงโมดมหงส์ไทย สงสัยว่าใครเป็นคนเปิดโลกให้คาโม
ของไทยอะน่าจะตอนมาไท
เอย อ
ปะแล้วแบบ ไอ้นี่มัน แล้วแม่งซื้อล็อตที่มีตรวจเชื้อเจอไปด้วยนะ
บอกไม่น่าติดเลย
ล็อตที่เขามีปัญหาจำได้ไหม
จำได้
แล้วแม่งซื้อล็อตนั้นไปด้วย โมบอกเป็นเรื่อง
แต่พี่เลิกซื้อแบบที่มันเป็นสมุนไพรเป็นผงข้างในนะซื้อเป็นพิมพ์เสมกระปุกพิมพ์เสมนะดมสะใจกว่า
ผมซื้อไอ้เนี่ย เท่ากับป่องกาวอะ
โอ้
ดมแบบมันจัด
เคยเจอกระป๋องแบบ เหมือนน้ำ2 ลิตรอะ กระป๋องละ500อะตกใจ เหี้ยโคตรใหญ่
โค้ดโลฮานนี่ปกติใส่สูทนะแล้วก็ใส่เจอร์ซี่ลงบนในใจว่าน้องหายมาแจ็คหายแบบว่าหายป่วยใช่ไหมไม่ได้หายไปเลยใช่ไหมมาแล้ววะ
It's very strange. However, on to the match at hand, I guess, Michael. I guess we should do our jobs. Where do we start with this? I think, obviously, the fact that Lohan is having to step in is going to be a caveat to this whole conversation.
There is a big asterisk next to Liquid's week one game here.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, again, I mean, we can talk about this throughout the series as well. For me, these aren't necessarily positive changes to see coming in, especially, I mean, obviously, Nat stepping out from today.
Yeah.
There's a lot more to kind of peel back the layers on and discuss in that regard elsewhere. But for me, it's on a fire. I mean, one thing I do want to echo from the desk is you'd really want them to absolutely smash Liquid today.
But I don't know if you do get to smash Liquid. I know you should, right? Like, there's everything that tees you up. But mechanically, we know that Liquid are very solid. Those mechanics don't suddenly dip. It's just being in the right place to execute it, right? So it's, to me, as much as that's a great concept, and I agree, it should be a solid team showing from Eternal Fire. I think that Liquid can still make a case for them in a couple of these rounds. The desk, how many times did they say Trex is one of the best mechanical players, and there's always that addition of mechanical players, because there has been issues historically, but Echo with none. Already going to find two. That's Kicks and Lohan down, and there he is. But Necky's got a lovely little spot on this. Good heads-up work there from Trex to turn back in time. With Purple, beautifully handled in the end, and Liquid with the first.
A little scrappy there. I mean, Echo got a chance to really shut that down in towards heaven. Just as we mentioned it, Trex the one to turn things around for Liquid here.
It's never been questioned about his mechanical capabilities, his age and depth. All of that has always been good.
เคยเห็นไวเปอร์มาเดินนำพี่
Again,
โลฮานบอกไม่ค่อยยิงกว่าเปิดให้แล้วกัน
For me, are the big concerns, right, coming back in here. Again, circumstances of the teams leave. Sorry, the teammates.
เฮ้ยถ้าโลฮานลงแล้วชนะแบบอีซี่นี่แนทตกงานไม่ต้องกลับหรอกแนทเป็นโค้ชแทน
Hey, we've not really had time to explore as many options as we'd like to.
This is the best we can start with.
But they're familiar players to the roster, right? That's a big bonus that as a coach you can bring people in like that. Trex to open things up here with two. Fabian and Izzy will fall.
That's nice.
Just a quick clean up here.
เฮ้ย
Liquid have
ความ
obviously
ยับ
got the memo.
Well, again, it depends when you look at Liquid, right? Is it the Liquid from group stage in stage one? You know, that sort of position. They looked okay. I think they tied technically with how Eternal Fire finished on the other side of the group as well. So they weren't bad.
Similarly as well, in the desk we're talking about Purple, right? The ceiling really high. Liquid consistency. It's just a discussion that can feel so
แล้วเปอร์โป้
uncomfortable
มาเป็นเมนดูเอล
sometimes.
แทนใช่ไหม
'Cause you can never be certain, can you? You
โอ้
can't
แล้ว
put
ตัว
a number
มันเอง
behind
ก็
it.
เล่นโห
Yeah,
ด
the
เลย
number of times it's like,
Well,
this will
made it
be, you know, the time they carry across that from
Yeah, here it comes.
domestic
พิ
to
เศษมันดูไปเหมือน
international.
ทีมมันจะได้แบบ จับ
It's just
ตัว
that
ง่ายขึ้นอะ
identity I think I'm waiting on. I know.
ไอ้คิกเอเทคนี่มันเคยอยู่ทีมเดียวกันนี่ใช่ไหม
ได้
Mate,
วิทย์ปะใช่ปะ
ทาราตี้ครับผม
they're not that dominant
ไม่
in
อะ
regionals,
เฮ้ยคม
so I don't give them that yet. But Purpo with a lovely
แล้วมีรี
pick
โค้ด
on
ด้วย
Fabi in there. And I think for Eternal Fire, it's see how they look. They were the team with all that potential, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, this is a team I've personally been really excited about. For me,
stage one, you were really on the
ฟาเวียน
train.
ศูนย์สามศูนย์จัง
I
หวะ
wouldn't
นี้
necessarily a disappointment behind it, is
เรีย
it?
บร้อยเช็คไม่สุด
Obviously, pick it up where Nats has left off for here on split.
พี่เอ๋ยผิดสองคู่นี่หาเลย
1 HP wasn't far off that before, but still force standing here for Liquid.
โบนัสเป็นโดน
Neki
ไหม
and Ordaz
โดน
try
ดี
and
เงี้ย
recover here in round 3. This will be a clean conversion here for
โอ้
Liquid.
แล้วเทค
They
เดิน
see it through.
ที่มันเรียกกลับบีเนี่ย
That would be lovely, wouldn't it?
เดี๋ยวต้อง40 วิ
Taking the
ชัดเลย
And for them, there's a no.
ได้เยอะด้วย
Right, but you look at it, as soon as you have that caveat to your name of, well,
มี
we
อย่าง
got our
เดียวอะ
coaching.
ที่จะแพ้คือ
Even if we lose,
ไอ้
it
สอง
can always
ตัว
be
ที่
chalked up to that.
เดิน
It
สนุก
is,
ขา
right?
เนี่ย
It's that
ไป
pure
วางไม่
code
ทัน
of
ตอน
like,
นี้
cool, we can just kind of run our standard plans here, kind of play it out. And it's not like Lohan's not going to be able to IGL to a degree, right? This man's certainly got capability of understanding what the executed plan is.
He can aim.
Very
พอแล้วโล
Lohan.
ฮัน
โลฮันเอากูให้เม็ด
Don't.
10 seconds left.
Cool. Done. Wrap
Lohan
it up.
โอ้โหแล้วผมให้เม็ด
That's a
เดียว
lovely start for Liquid. Again, it's never been a question of can they shoot. It's when they
โคตร
get deeper in events. This should be the
Purple
bread and
ยิง
butter. I do think that Eternal Fire on paper are the better side right now. They have their full 5, but they come in with a little bit of a different comp, I guess. Any thoughts on seeing the veto there? Has that done anything for you?
จะภาพแบบ
I'll be
ว่า
honest, it's-
คลาสสิก
yeah,
แต่
I've
นั้น
not
เป้า
really
เปิ
seen
ด
anything about
โคตรโอสคูล
Pretty animated
He's
there,
getting-
actually.
เป้าแบบเป้าคนแก่
He's playing the part today, that's for sure. But yeah, I agree with the desk as well on that front. I haven't really seen anything that's really blown me away that's made an argument to say, yeah,
Lohan
he's a
อายุเท่าไหร่
staple
นะ
here. And I
เกือบ
think there's an
40 แล้ว
argument to make with the changes. Split could be that argument.
No, for sure.
Fabian being the
โอ้ยก็ยังไม่
Swiss Army
40
knife he is,
Yeah.
certainly an
แม่ง
opportunity to
36
put on a
37
display here. But
Yeah, I think
it's
it's one
a
of
tall
those.
order.
Yeah, for me, it's I need to see it in practice. I need that one player to make it look so viable that I'm like, oh, obviously that makes sense. I don't think it's going to be in this round, but you never know, right? This is good discipline shown by Liquid. Need to make sure they clear their corners, cross the T's, dot the I's. That's concerning.
มีโมกับเปอร์โป้
Unfortunately for
ดูเอล 2 คน
Actually, Fabian
เหี้ย
backed away from that.
Maybe
Maybe
feeling
feeling checked
Oh,
on.
yeah, oh.
Oh, camo. Okay, you get freebies.
Well, that's just walked onto that.
Unlucky, I
He was
guess.
barely around the corner.
แนทมันเบรก
Again,
Ned
for
man-
Liquid though, this is composure,
Call
right?
pass
This is
petting
simple
it.
stuff, and it shouldn't be hard. They need to just not fall short and kind of miss those corners. You know, get
โอ้ย
sloppy
จังหวะ
clearing
เร่งรีบ
Echo, don't get sloppy clearing Echo. And is he still nearby? This
Stay
should be
in
fine. I
there,
keep saying
tonight.
should. I keep giving you these
Stay
ways
in,
out,
yep.
Liquid, but it's suddenly fallen to bits. It felt like they had all
Nah,
that work
bonus
done in middle,
prepare.
and they just hoped that site take would be fine.
อันเนี้ยวินนี่คือสิ่งที่ไม่ควรเกิดขึ้นในการแข่งขัน
I
นะ
mean, Trex now
แบบชนะโบนัสมา
He
แพ้วินอี
actually
โควินอย่างเงี้ย
didn't grab an upgrade here, so still
20
been
วิ
playing
เทค
at range with a
เปลี่ยน
bucket.
ติด้วย ต้องจบ
Fabian
เอ
though looking over towards spawn.
ต้องหน้าต้องยิงให้หมด
So
ดู
we'll be
จาก
able
โพ
to
ซิชัน
catch
แล้
the
ว
info if Trex can find the first, but they are isolated.
But you button up now, don't you?
Yeah.
Soon as that comes in, you can see him
10 seconds
considering the
left.
counter swing from heaven, but we know they're both by pillar. And with the time being where it's at, Trex would
Gotta
love
stick
to
this, yeah,
give it a go,
unfortunately.
but yeah, there it is. Good work from Eternal Fire making something out of nothing. The emote of Thrifty coming through for them, but if anything, it felt like they put all their eggs in that mid-clear bucket, and they got everything they wanted, right? They got the freebie through the wall, they had the keys to the castle, and then there was a judge waiting somewhere.
เรา 5-3
Yeah, I
อ่ะ
mean,
พี่
what is full 3v5 here?
เดี๋ยวเชื่อ
At
ปะ
this point. Echo
5-3 แบบ
No,
I guess
definitely not.
sadly, I hate to say it, but Lohan being second man in makes it a little bit tricky
เหตุ
potentially.
เพราะ
Maybe
ลูก
just
ซอง
not on that protocol list so heavily or so used to it, but still, I mean, 3-1. This is where we might see a swing. But ult's coming out. Camo's got his Trex as well, ready to go.
Bit across mid here. Avion will be tasked up towards ramp, but we'll deal with Camo very, very easily here.
Yeah,
no trade off the back of that either.
No pressure.
They do scale up, but it's a little late now. Because Fabian's been allowed to reposition. Spam's coming through here, no connection. Neki actually responding in kind. 3 players committed here for Eternal Fire.
And I want to kind of echo this back to Miniboo and how almost selfless he was at times with those entries, how much space he was taking.
He was happy to go triple negative.
Yeah, he was, which is mad, because obviously, even as a caster and as a viewer, you're sat there going, God, is that actually what you need? But maybe it is. It's something there. You're able to get your 1-for-1 trade in once in a while. You take the space, you allow that scale from the back here, because Fabian
is hitting.
He's just feeling unpressured in this. You can see the confidence starting to mount, and they're going to know it's Lohan, and then a little bit of that laissez-faire attitude may come out. And there it is. Echo going to just seal the deal, sign it, and it's an in-zone flawless. Comfy there. And I think it's that spacing I'm going to be looking at here. It's just, again, on the attacking side, it's going to be hard to keep that really tight.
Yeah, and again, the discussion around here, you put your coach in, you put 2 new players in. Actually, the question would be, if you have one sub playing, it's these set pieces where they'd find comfort. It's when things kind of go off kilter, right? You have to step away from that initial plan that's laid out at the start of a round where it's easy to be very critical, but that's where Liquid might struggle.
Yeah, it could be. I think that's, we'll just check back on it as we go, really. I think a lot of us kind of don't see this as a 50-50 game. I see what is the timer not moving.
But we didn't get very far.
Alberto.
We got 5 rounds in.
No, because I know Spain's waiting, right? But you can't do this to us. You can't just throw tech pauses out like this. It's cruel. How you been, man?
Yeah, good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Stuff after London, all right?
Yeah.
Chilling?
Yeah. First day
ถ้า
back.
เทคพอร์ต
ผมไม่ได้
แน
บ
ท
อก
ไม่อยู่
ที่พักอ่ะที่ตามข่าวอะก็คืออยากพักก็พักเลย
นี่บูแบบอยากกลับทีเฮดว่ะ
ก็ดีนะ
เดี๋ยวเราโค้ดมาร้านอ่ะ
พักเถอะ
กำลังดีเลยไหมอ่ะ
โอ้ไม่ละ
ไม่
ล่า
ละ
สุดนี่หนักเลย
พักคือพักเลยอ่ะ แล้วพี่บูธอะเป็นไงบ้าง
พี่วูดก็ทำดีที่สุดละ
พี่วูดของพี่เอ๋ยนี่ไฟเวอร์8เทคพอร์ตกับ EMEA เรื่องปกติ
ของมันคู่กันอยู่แล้ว
มันคู่กันเนี่ยไม่ว่าจะที่ไหนอะไรวะ
A couple of months since we
โอ้โหตรงนี้ยาว
รัว Player have report a lack issue ล่าสุดนี่ Pacific ก็คอมชุดใหม่แล้วนะสเตจ2ต้องให้มีคนบ่นก่อนถึงจะแก้ไม่เข้าใจจริงๆคือเอาจริงอ่ะถ้าคนดูแลจัดการในพวกนี้ถ้ามีสักคนหนึ่งเป็นนักแข่งนะแล้วได้มาเทสระบบอะไรพวกนี้นะไม่มีทางปล่อยผ่านแน่นอนอ่ะจะรู้ว่าแบบคอมมันต้องแรงไอพีมันต้องวิ่งเสถียรขนาดไหน
วันนี้แข่งหมดทุกลีกเลยไหมนี่ ใช่วันนี้เดี๋ยวว่าตอนบ่ายมีแปซิฟิกอย่าลืมมาดูนะใครที่ยังไม่ได้ทายผลอย่าลืมไปทายนะเตจ2มีรางวัลครับพี่เอ๋ยแจก Honda
ส่วนใครไทย
Civic
คู่นี้
คั
ไป
นหนึ่ง
สกอร์ฟรีครับ
สกอร์ฟรีเลยเหรอ
ใช่
เอ้ยแต่พี่เอ๋ยต้องจับบอสให้ผมนี่ว่า เอ้ย คู่เมื่อกี้
ว่ะ
ฟุต
โอ้โห
ยากเลย
ตัวไหนเอาแบบไม่ไกลแมปไปนะ
เดี๋ยวเช็คแป๊บไม่ไกลแมปใช่ไหม
ต้องเป็นคอมสปอนเท่านั้น
ผมอยากได้ออเซิร์ก
เซิร์กเหรอ
ใช่
โอ้โหตัวสายฟ้าหรือเปล่า
จำไม่ได้ว่ามันตัวโหดหรือเปล่า
มันอยู่ตรงไหนก่อนเนี่ยกว่าไอตัวนี้มันตัวเกือบเอ็นเกมแพทแรกเลยนี่
ผมจำไม่ได้ว่ะพี่ไอหมีก็ได้นะ ตัวพ่นน้ำก็ได้
หนีใช่ไหมพ่นน้ำนะ
ไอจอเมนทายน้ำอะไหวปะ
โอ้โหเอาอะไรไปไหวตอนนี้
ไหวดิที่บ้านมีตัวหนึงแล้วพี่
เอาที่บ้านไม่จับเหรอ
โหจับกันแบบหลายคนอ่ะ
มันต้องมีตัวสายฟ้าก่อนหรือเปล่า
ไม่ต้องนะก็เอาแบบว่าสลับกันนะลุมมันสักพักเดี๋ยวมันก็ตายเฮ้ยทำไมอยู่ดีมันเรียงมั่ววะมันเพิ่มช่องนี่หว่าโลฮานสงสัยช่วงนี้ผมจะแตกว่ะผมลืมดูผมนึกว่ามินิบูมันยังเล่นอยู่คุณโนโค
punch to the start of the game. It was a lovely beginning, fantastic
Yeah,
work.
like I said, I mean, Eternal Fire are the team to sort of craft those sorts of rounds that are going to cause issues for Liquid, right? As soon as they get thrown off the initial plan and maybe some curveballs sent their way.
Like
Speaking
that,
of,
curveball,
yeah,
nice,
curveball.
yeah.
Speaking of, there's a showstopper here for Camo.
Is he?
Gonna be
Don't get to
Oh,
live.
oh,
You don't get
oh.
to live.
เจอมูฟเมนต์
Camo's so dedicated to be there with the operator, but
ตาไปแล้ว
again, Liquid. Oh god, okay, well there goes the showstopper, and there went Purpo, so it's down to Camo and Trex to do something miraculous, and Camo
ปืน
is
สติ๊ก
making
เกอ
a
ร์
case
โคตร
for
ปล่อย
it. That's a
เลย
lovely
มันน่าจะ
isolation
แบบ
on
เปิด
Echo.
คู่ไปเลยเมื่อกี้
They might have something to say about a plant, Messi from Fabian.
Nice.
Yeah, thank you. So cute.
Fabian going to be able to get to the backside of the pillar here. Camo's just posted on that angle.
Can I
Travis
look?
left to fall here, but a headshot here.
Why does it feel like those rounds that Camo wins, though? You just don't want to challenge, but actually Ordaz makes it out of the slaughterhouse, it felt like in the end. 3-3 now. It felt so much more dangerous than it should have been, though.
Camo looked pissed there as well.
He was on for that.
I don't know what Ordaz has spotted there. Maybe just a single pixel showing there. I mean, it was a connection through the wall. Fantastic round from Liquid, though. Some real threat here. It's a great isolation here. Look to overwhelm both players on the B side. Yeah, it's just a pixel shown here. Ordaz a beautiful shot.
Really nice. That's got to be a feel-good too. That's got to be a feel-good, because if those go wrong, you start going, oh, bloody hell, what's happened here?
Liquid มันเอาคืนว่ะ
Back
กัน
to
เรา
business,
เรา
Liquid
เรา
looking
นั้น
to
แหละ
keep it simple, it looks like. Still going to have Purpo's ult in hand. Trex has his too. And Ordaz already showing the level of respect, the understanding. But he actually goes forward. I said he had the respect, but he's trying to play it right on the line. Smoke goes in. Let's have a little look to see if anyone's willing to challenge. Ordaz is chomping at the bit, man.
Desperate to get involved.
Nightfall's only going to catch one, maybe two at most. I think Trex could have been caught with it, but Ordaz fancying it going.
Timing.
Beautiful.
I mean,
I said he wanted that the whole time. Looking hungry for it. There's now already, you can see the site's going to be pressured. Eternal Fire are there. They are standing shoulder to shoulder. And Purpo need 3.
เขาเริ่มไม่เจอลึก
Might be given a chance, though.
อะไรอ่ะ
Just can't pin down the first here. Izzy will close it out. Neki with the defuse. I mean, fantastic trading for Eternal Fire coming back onto the site here. You can see the timing. It's in the kill feed. It's blow for blow. Maybe to isolate, again, the key players. This really pinned around Ordaz is.
I loved it.
Just persistence to look for an angle here on the back of the divide and plays the timing to perfection. It looked even worse from his POV.
All right, 4-3. Starting to break ahead a bit now, isn't it? You're starting to see that rhythm starting to come through. And Liquid's still getting close, but it's just getting across that line is going to be the bit that I'm looking at. Tough to make it count. It's already Seekers and a real high burst.
Down immediately, though, Lauren.
I mean, and again, it's that you look at what used to work for Liquid in some of these. That's a gorgeous follow-up from Camo. Going to create some space towards B. That puts Ordaz potentially on the chopping block. Quick rotation from Fabian to try and help out, but that got threatening. That gap's shutting a bit now.
Trex going to try and look for something here, but so far looking very proactive. Fabian and Izzy find the kills here.
And just the
found
HP.
A headshot. No kill though. Fabian with 3 on the round, Lauren.
ตุรกีเอมนี่แม่งโคตรเดือด
Again, looking to probably identify that sort of timing I'm talking about. Just make things a little chaotic when Liquid call a freeze here and just waiting for somebody to overstep the mark. Beautiful round. I mean, Purpo's down before he can even create any sort of pressure. Great trade from Camo. Couple of seconds too late, sure, but they're still able to scale up initially. Liquid to call a timeout here. Lohan probably going to be the one to still take charge of this one, but on the other side of it.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how it feels to be kind of on this side. I don't know.
Let's get the list.
คนนี้ปกติมันตำแหน่ง
Could you imagine?
นั่นน่ะดิ
A little back. All right, Lohan, look, mate, we need you to get that.
ไอ้ผู้จัดการวะ
What are you doing?
หรือไม่ก็แบบพวก
Now, yeah. Let's do what we did in practice,
หลั
boys.
งบ้านอีกไหม
Come on.
ได้หลังบ้าน
Also, as I said, will Lohan do a motivational speech? And that's what I'm looking out for today.
You think he's got it in him?
I think he's got it in him. In fact, we've never seen footage of Lohan listening to a Nat speech.
So, okay. So this could be something
I'd
we
love to
know.
know his thoughts.
We'll get some breakdowns afterwards. Get it in the room, Frankie.
I'm just making a list for Frankie by the end of map 1.
Over to Frankie, who's actually going to solo the whole show. Desk, you can chill. But no, I think it's a tough one because you're always working with that caveat of not having your man in the server who can maybe identify some of these things as you go. Obviously, Lohan with a great idea, but again, getting that kind of touch-based feeling to it is going to be incredibly hard. So for him, going to have to work with less, especially in this sort of round.
Yeah, I mean, they've got to answer back here. This is 5 in a row for Eternal Fire. Starting to build up a bit of momentum here. So certainly coming out of the timeout, the purchase is not going to necessarily suit it, but certainly want to see a plan in place to address that. On the other side of Eternal Fire, the proactivity continues, Lauren. look at the space they've taken away.
โอ้โห
And I like they're getting a little
Oh, mate.
audacious. Fabian here. He's going to
ควร
isolate
จะถอย
Camo quickly, trade. And it's unexpected, right? You're not going to really expect to be walking into people at sewer. Maybe you heard that orb being collected. Maybe not. But at this point, the map feels small. And Ordaz already expecting the pivot point through vents.
Will be confirmed here. Even more so with the cloudburst. Flash over the top, but
ไป
we'll be
เบ
able
ร
to
กไป
confirm
ให้ปั่นปว
immediately
ด
that
หัว
it
ใจ
is a
เล่น
fake. So Neki will post on this angle.
It's hard to look for the win cons here if you're Liquid. It's not like Eternal Fire can't shoot. So if you're looking at maybe just a team to really outgun, I don't think it's going to be these boys, but Echo's still going to catch his man on the way down. Neki then teed up to punish the cross. Trade's coming through, but Trek's now last man standing. Good shot on one. A couple more of those, and then we're paying attention. Not to be. There we are. Eternal
ไป
Fire
ไม่เข้า
carry on as they
You
started
can
6 to 3.
see the
burn
confidence in
ต็ม
some of these
เนี่ย
rounds where they're just happy. That moment comes where somebody makes the call and makes a challenge, and everybody happy to swing on. These trades just come through so quickly. Even with Purpo finding 2 important kills, it just amounts to
เว
nothing.
โต้แม่งเก่งขึ้นเยอะ
Man
เลยวาร์ปไกล
advantage played
ใช่
perfectly
เร็วด้วย
by Eternal Fire. Up to 6 now.
And I'm quite impressed because there is something to be said about playing to your own caliber, even against a team that's maybe not in the best form currently. Liquid, obviously, they're working with new players coming in. They don't have their full 5. But to keep your own standard here after a bit of a shaky start.
Yeah, this is the thing as well, to come back to that initial statement. It's like Eternal Fire should come out and smash Liquid today. They're a team that plays with, they're very passionate on stage.
Yep.
They're going to come in probably
swinging.
Yeah.
Oh, low hands. Yeah, they're the bullying may begin here on Lohan, and it's tough to see, but it's the way of the world, right? It's a competitive
sending a
game.
message.
Yeah, and you do that sometimes. You got to kind of pick the player to punish. Echo this time. Oh, no right to do that, and now Neki even ahead of the curve. No trades this time. No chances. I don't think Neki even knew there was a player. Just got the 2-for-1 discount, and he didn't need it. 7 to 3.
Beautiful stuff.
อย่างนี้ไหลครับ
Certainly wind in their sails now. The momentum favours them. Right, I mean, happens to the best of us.
ตัวเลยโลฮาน
Again, though, if there is a weak link, you're going to push it, right? Yeah, that's the way this goes. Even if you're playing against a full 5 and you notice someone is having an off game, someone's having a bad game, they're going to make that a pressure point, and they can clear one of the extremities. So you're going to either have to start putting people beside it or adjust it or try and deal with the consequences. And again, Lohan sadly going to have to sit out of this one as they just continue to be aggressive. Continue as they started. Camo, 1v4 now. Position noted and swiftly handled. This is starting to feel
เหลือจะเชื่อปะจากคนที่ได้โบนัสโดนแบบ 8 วิน 9 วินติด
Here in the first half, but it's going to be a hell of a deficit to play back from. Now 3 ultimates to bring in here: Divide, Showstopper, and a Pit. And with how these are going, not really getting to a point to really put some of these pieces of the puzzle together. Maybe Camo can clear a little bit of space here. Can maybe make use of the Divide and a Pit. Haven't seen them found a comfortable position to really plant and set up on site in quite a long time. You can see here on the timeline, it's not been comfortable at all.
It's the starts that are tough for Liquid. Trying to get clean entries, trying to get, that nice toe holding towards the site. You're not really getting much here. A couple of ults, though, that they could certainly utilize to crowbar the effect. Also, we'll kind of check back in on how we feel that validity of the veto is.
ทีนี้บูมันพัก
It stands top of the board, but if that's more Fabian or
น่าจะล
more
งสำรอง
veto. And there's that mid check. Echo again. I mean, living life on the edge to say the least. How many times? Oh dear. Okay, doesn't take as much damage as I thought he would.
Actually comes away with that looking much healthier than I expected as well. Fabian will catch the spot.
The double swing, man.
Yeah, that's disrespect.
อะไรเล็กนะ
I'm kind of happy that Lohan won that one. Because like most times you're not going for that.
Face your fear!
Is it just millimeters off?
This just feels all over the shop, but that is a beautiful... I mean, I want to say sight take from Camo.
Well, there's your space created.
Yeah, you take those when you get them. Purpo on guard. And now just down to Izzy. 1v5. And it just
มันไม่
feels
ควร
like
จะ
one
เละ
of
เทะ
those
ขนาด
that
นี้
all lined
น่า
up
จะได้สั
right
ก
into
5
the
ด้วยซ้
flawless and an 8-4 half.
Well, reduce the deficit ever so slightly here for Liquid,
โดน
but
วินในลูก
lots
ซอง
of work to do in the second
เก็บ
half
หม
here,
ดไป
Lauren.
วินนั่นก็คือสุด
Eternal Fire absolutely taking control here on split. Liquid's map
เอฟ
pick
คิดช็อตนี้คิด
nonetheless.
ว่าฟาเวียนมันรู้ว่าโลฮานมันอยู่คนเดียวมันเลยดันไปจะทิมฟาเวียนทิมโลฮานไหม
ำไม่มันทิมไหม
ไม่พี่คิดว่ามีสิทธิ์ปะใจมันมาเฮียไปกด ATM หน่อยเว้ยไปเบิกหน่อยที่หน้า A เมื่อกี้
เสียเหลี่ยม
เจอเหลี่ยมโลฮานไปแนตติวทั้งคืนเมื่อคืน
นัดบอกว่า Power เปิด 1.0 เลยขอซะหน่อยใช่ไหม
ขอพักก่อน
ถ้าไม่งเป็นเรื่องจริงไม่อย่างเหี้ยเลย
To maybe embed some of these newer names in the roster.
Yeah, true.
With obviously Nats returning to the helm, but here whether or not the approach is just kind of, hey guys, let's get out there and demonstrate what we've worked on a little bit, and at least this is, you know, it's live game experience as opposed to scrims. There's always that adjustment period allowed for that. But certainly here, Eternal Fire going to want to close this one out.
Yeah, and I think even though we do talk about the fact that yes, 4 is better than 3, we can count. You still need the pistol, really, if you want to elongate play. Trex.
Ow.
Oh man,
there's a real problem.
These horns, dude. Are we
แปลง
pointing
เรื่อง
tilted
เลย
off the
นะ
face of the earth? He's
ยิ
going
ง
to be
เข้าไม่
tilted.
โดน
Camo's
เนี่
done
ย
as best he can, but I mean that felt like a losing formula. The second it couldn't get cleared, Purpo last one alive. And sadly, that's going to leave a real bitter taste.
We did Lohan dirty with a slow-mo on the horn
You know it's
previously.
coming. You know it's coming. And they're going to have time to cut
We're
that
looking
together.
for consistency here,
Yeah,
EVS.
yeah, EVS, let's see. Let's see if all is fair in Love and War. Sadly for Liquid, though, it is probably the worst start possible. You're going to have potentially a bit of a frustrated Trex there. And yeah, of course. 1, 2. And a third. They know where I am.
For good measure.
Yeah.
We didn't need that one, but we got that one as well.
We got it. Tick in the box, though, if you're Eternal Fire, isn't it, really? You're just kind of closing down towards that 13.
I mean, Neki becomes the most valuable player here, I guess, in terms of util.
Yes, no one can deal with him.
What's the lineup for that one, actually?
Yeah, can I get that one? The one
Unbreakable dart.
You got the title ready, just everything done, perfect. So again, we've got to have a little stack from Liquid. I'd like to see the Eternal Fire don't get sloppy in what they're doing. They should at least keep the basic protocols in.
Yeah, even here with Camo kind of posturing forwards, I don't think Eternal Fire are going to back away from this initially. They've got a lurk over the other side, which is going to figure out at least... Well, yeah, noting a lot of people now, they're going to pick up the pace towards B.
Oh, Camo.
I can't move, there's something in the smoke.
ข่าวเลิก
My favourite moment in any game. I can't move forwards.
ข่าวเลิกเกือบสร้างเรื่องนะ
Oh man. All right, Liquid, give it a go. King still comes out in this one. King just
เหลือ
swinging,
12สแปม
dude.
ไม่ตาย
All right, Purpo, 1v3. Nah, okay, 10 to 4. And really, the opportunities and chances kind of hinge on what they have in this one. Eternal Fire, though, by all accounts, happy in a bonus.
Purple early operator online, actually.
I mean, you might as well, right?
Yeah. Certainly here with double digits found for Eternal Fire. If you can kick your heels in a little bit with that investment, maybe could. It took Neki a long time to figure out that he couldn't walk forwards there.
Yeah, the penny didn't drop. Like, am I doing this wrong? I don't think they've changed the site recently. Box has gotten bigger.
Wasn't in the patch notes.
I mean, look at the bonus, though. It's still pretty decent, isn't it? Oh, Purpo's gone. Jeez, Camo again with another opportunity to be a nuisance. Lohan. Brilliant from Lohan there. You'll take that every day of the week. But it's only put into a 3v3, so it's far from out of the woods yet.
And actually, Kix is in a really awkward position to clear here. Looks like the awareness is there. Still could be, and actually, yeah, with the confirmation here on that. Shoulder in towards screens. Not necessarily going to slow them down, though. Great flash, but can't isolate Neki on the blind.
No, quick to tuck into cover there. Careful if a horn comes flying out.
It's wraps.
Is over, but Kix sends them packing. You can see the confidence being just squared away there. Echo. Oh, God, and he knows where Kix is now. The flash. Oh, Echo.
Law.
We'll see it twice. The Red Bull clutch there. Just magnificent.
Beautiful catch. Almost on a fadeaway here. Kix does so well
he
to
made
make
something
this
out of it.
doable.
Insane, man.
Flash on the first here, and even pinned into the corner. It's just so clean from Echo. Unfortunately, that is number 11. Feels like the nail in the coffin. Liquid, some damage done previously on the first half with a buy like this, but now up against the ropes.
Transfer ready.
You'd almost want them to find number 5 here, maybe force a repurchase out on the side of Eternal Fire. Neki, the only ultimate to lean on here in round 16. Much slower approach, actually. Maybe Eternal Fire considering the possibility. At least we'll wait to greet the mid push if it comes. Echo able to avoid that.
Yeah.
Dropping spike.
There's Echo to start his work. Going to have seen only really Kicks thus far, obviously with the utility. The addition of Purpo now. But when you see someone shouldering up, you kind of feel, oh, are they just posturing here? Is this actually the weaker side of the map? Maybe feeling they've identified that they are bringing players over, but Purpo. Shop spotted, finds, takes away Echo, takes a follow-up. This is good. Try and get away, they can't. Busy hunting them down, and then suddenly the A site looking available. Camo with a paint shot. Smoke to swing from. He's audacious as ever, isn't he? Confident. Never an issue with this man. Backs himself, but can't quite get to the weapon. Ordad's going to keep him checked on pillar. And a re-swing from Neki. Oh, timing. Oh, Liquid.
Camo's read on this situation is perfect. Knows that somebody's going to be posted up, looking towards heaven. Isolates that player perfectly.
He's a good player, is Camo in those.
Great turn of pace on the back of that from Liquid as a whole, but this opener is just so sloppy. Eternal Fire. Not like that at all. At least find now. He said prevent Eternal Fire from at least finding that point. Yeah, the Stinger's working again. Come out of that. Purpo one away from the Camo to a showstopper. So finding the sinkers here early on. I said it will force a repurchase of sorts. See how that settles for Eternal Fire if this is final purchase coming out of the timeout. Maybe just discussing that possibility now.
One thing I'll say again is just watching Camo. I just feel like he's one of those players who's very good at calling up his own number. No matter the situation, he can activate himself very well. Maybe not in synergy with others necessarily, but finding that little bit of space to be disruptive.
Yeah, I mean, whenever he's on the raise, he kind of gives me Nookie vibes.
Yeah, I agree.
That situation where it's just
that little smoothness to it, that knowing of how to play it.
You know, he's last on site 1v3. Surely he's going to tuck in here. He's going to wait for somebody to come and help him out. No, I'm going to walk the smoke.
And I like it though.
Yeah,
I like to see that
There's
sort of thing.
bravado that not many duelists can be very aggressive in terms of set pieces, but those individual circumstances where they have a great read on the situation mechanically, very talented. Obviously, we know that.
I mean, that's
มัน
just
ย้าย
the whole
มันย้าย
conversation
ศั
with
ตรู
Liquid
แต่อยู่
though,
ประเทศ
isn't
เดิ
it?
มอะ
Very talented mechanically, we know that. You can go down the whole roster. It's when the stars align for this roster, they are a terrifying prospect. It's whether or not they can find that. And obviously, Nat's there when he's back is going to be a key piece to that conversation. As it stands, though, a broken fight for Eternal Fire and a pretty real chance for Liquid to push up to 6.
So just checking back in with the buy. It looks like Eternal Fire did revert ever so slightly. Still some investment here. But a wide open B site.
But with the knowledge of that from Liquid, they've sat. Oh my god, as he just dives in. Luckily, Liquid get 2 back there. And the side cross just gets completely manhandled. Ordaz with a Vandal. Keeps my attention, but you can see the hunt's on here. Lohan is chomping at the bit. He wants to keep Pillar in the hands of them, but Fabian has slipped the net a little.
No way he's wrapping spawn.
Hold on, I'm a bit scared. He feels like he's got room to play on this. Oh my god, he found one. Purple now noted, pops the knives. But Fabian's got a way out of dodge, and he's going to keep Purple on his toes. Fabian's on the run. Only a sheriff to hand. What do you do with it now? Do you do around the world?
Oh my god, they could catch. Oh!
Doesn't have. Oh! Purpo better equipped, but similar ideas.
That's just crazy timing. Fabian trying to run away with that one.
Crazy timing เลย
Heads up play from Purpo though, just to cover all bases again, despite not being noted later on in this engagement. Obviously noting that it was picked up, so Purpo's done really well here. Again, that post plant, that 1v1 retake situation becomes really awkward towards A site. So many possibilities for Fabian to slip into. That's number 6 found.
They are back on a buy though, Eternal Fire. Maybe not perfect, still gonna have some light shields in play and some pieces missing, but weapons are in hand. Starting with a bit of progress from Fabian towards mid. Lohan's got to be on his toes here.
Izzy's ult. Just missing one for Fabian and Echo as well. Boombot will catch here in mid. Camo will get the well, looked like he was going to spam out through that smoke there for a second. But does still have the confirmation of presence. Echo once more though has found Purpo. Was Purpo on an op again?
I think he was. I think he was. Which, a little bit of a tough loss with very little reward on it. And now they're starting to lose control of middle. Very isolated on both sides of the map now. Kicks and Lohan on one side. You're going to see Trex leaning a little bit heavier towards A, but they've got options for Eternal Fire.
On Trex all the way over. Power to go through won't catch, and Camo in one of those situations once more. Showstopper to posture up.
ครับหนีเลย
But a slight misread here, maybe from Eternal Fire. They just look to overwhelm
ไป
A.
A
I
รอ
think
กัน
they're
ลืม
going
ล่ำ
to.
อ่ะ
There is a player here. There are a couple of players on this side of the map. Maybe 2 by Pillar could be a little bit of a surprise, but it's so quickly handled. Eternal Fire, it's Echo putting on an absolute class. And Camo, we compliment him before. One of those that can do
กูไล่ไปแล้ว
incredible things, but
กูไล่
this
ให้
is
แล้ว
just beyond the pale. Unavailable, not going to be. And it looks like 12 is going to be carved on that board.
Say maybe a misread, maybe they read it perfectly. They know that they're going to be walking into, well, a stack of sorts, but handling it so easily. Camo obviously stuck between a rock and a hard place there. Pops the showstopper to buy time, maybe just to act as a deterrent, but
เดี๋ยวโลฮานยิงแซงแล้วเดี๋ยว
serves up the other
นี่
3
ละ
members of Liquid on a platter.
โรยเล่นเอง
I mean, that's the tough part, right? Like, you can't really discredit him for doing it, but what are you meant to do at that point? It did seem like everyone just kind of missed the shots. That's sometimes how it goes, but at 12-6, it does sting a little bit with 4 of them surviving. The operator being taken away from Purpo. I don't know the finances coming into what could be the final round, but it is a timeout for Liquid. Maybe to talk through those options, because again, they'd started to build up a little bit of conversation, but you've got to be careful here.
From Echo. Yeah, I mean, great work from him for sure.
Of course.
One enemy remaining.
Just very unfortunate to see that happen a number of times now.
โลฮานบอกเชียร์อัพไม่ขึ้นว่ะ
Cycle an operator back across. I mean, there is a pit to play with here for Lohan. Judge in hand, of course.
But of course.
Of course it is.
Of course it is.
But yeah, the fun's not necessarily flush here for Liquid.
No. Yeah, I don't want to put this on Lohan here, really, but again, if you're going to be coming in with a pit and the judge, you want to be influential in this round, at least maintain space. Do they respect that? Do they try and then pressure it further? Fabian does have ult 2, Echo's got his own. They have a couple of pieces that they can run into, but the problem for me, and one of the big conversation pieces for me, has always been Echo as well for Eternal Fire. One of the players that had kind of caught our attention early, and we were waiting to see if that continued to be as powerful as people learn more and more about him, seeing him in those games, but it feels like he's coming right back into things here in stage 2.
Picking up where he left off for sure. And again, like I said, I was super excited about this roster, and for me, the two now that I probably think are the two players for Eternal Fire that can round out this team as a whole is Neki and Izzy getting back to their best shape.
Yes.
Right? We've seen peaks from them, but for me, the consistency's been a little hit and
ไม่
miss.
ว่าง
I think
ครับผม
everybody else in terms of expectations here. I mean,
อ่ะ
that's
มั่วมัน
outside
ก็
of saying
เดิน
Fabian's
งาน
had
อยู่นะวัน
some
นี้
disastrous series, but
Yeah,
again, he's turned his hand to so many different roles on his team. That for me, I think Izzy and Neki are the ones I've certainly got my eye on to get back into form.
I'm really hoping
เหมือน
Lohan
เหลี่ยม
doesn't
จะ
just
ไม่
get
ดี
mowed down
ถ้าเรียบ
here.
มาให้ปืนโผล่
Here comes
Well, they're going to disrespect it.
Yeah, and well, they're going to get punished on it. It's still a judge. It's still a Viper's pick.
I'll be
He's going to
sorry.
get 2 bodies to his name. Sight is theirs, though. That is the exchange of space on this, but advantage up for Liquid.
Raid boss
แบบ
Fabian
หน้า
here in the
มา
post
นา
plant
ไม่
as
ไหว
well. Does he go aggressive here?
จบที่
Power to
2-0 นะ
set things in motion towards ramp.
Oh, and a missed shot. That's an issue, and it's going to be made worse. Fabian and Neki both going to get the reward. Camo can't do it
จะรี
this
จะรี
time as Eternal Fire.
เป็น EMEA ที่จบไวครับ
พี่ปิด power ไม่ได้ป่ะเดี๋ยวนะ
เอ็นโปรเซสไปพี่
ภาษาอะไรนะ
โอเค ได้แล้วพี่ไม่เป็นไร
อ้าวไม่ต้องใช่ไหม
ไม่ต้องแล้วพี่เก็บใส่ตัวไปเลย คุณ
In terms of the use of that agent utility, it wasn't necessarily how you want to see that veto being played.
Yeah, honestly, the way I describe it is they played it much like a chamber. Like the TPs were being set up in ways where he was going to have to look the other direction and try and get out of dangerous positions. I think that the agent right now, especially on split, should be being used cross-map. You're using it for fast rotations, and I didn't see any of that. So I think that Eternal Fire, whilst they won dominantly, I think they're going to find troubles against harder opponents going forward.
Here's the thing, we're still in the same point, right? As in, like, if this is the way that you're going to play veto, there are better options for you. I like the possibility of the versatility, but I do agree, like, he did win of individual brilliance. I've only saw like one round when it was this 1v1 where he like TP'd forward. I saw a couple on the attack that I was like, I wouldn't have done that TP. And if you were against any other team, you shouldn't have done that TP. And I think he will know that after today. Yeah, again, to me, he could have done that on any agent.
Now, it's a difficult one talking about a team with a stand-in, because you'd be thinking, okay, how do we get the best out of this player? How do we set them up for success and try and integrate them within our system as quickly as possible? However, they're playing with someone who set up that system. So should Loan almost be adapting his team around him a bit more?
Oh, there was a couple of rounds where you see Eternal Fire just going in the aggression. By the way, Lohan wasn't the only one who was unable to break that, okay? But it is a little bit sad to see, like, oh, you see him going down, he's trying to integrate and whatnot, and this happens.
I think, honestly, I half joked before about him joining the pack and just hiding behind people, but I would have gone for that. It felt more like they were trying to do a 1-3-1 traditional split where he's trying to cool on the weak side and trying to lurk like gnats and he isn't nuts, frankly. Other thing I want to note, when they were walking out past us, they seem miserable walking out. It's like they had a big hit losing that map, and they need to treat this like they're playing with a substitute. They got nothing to lose, and I didn't see that attitude. It doesn't seem like they're hyped up in that way.
Yeah, I agree. I did not think about that because obviously, like, as we said, it's our first day in this studio as well, so we're just walking across them. And I agree, like, listen, whatever happens today, it should be to integrate those players, make treks and kicks shine, feel comfortable, get adjusted to the stage again. And
It's funny that like they
it's
lost.
not like Nats is gone forever.
They lost 13. Was it 13-1 in their last map to drop out of stage 1, and Nats was sat there laughing. And I know it's a silly time, but like this is the perfect moment to just be laughing, having some fun, realizing that you know you do want to win today, but there's a big asterisk on this performance.
Yes, first game of stage 1. Yes, okay, we've got 3 weeks of regular play, but there are so many games within those weeks. So you know what, you can actually potentially reset after this one when Nats comes back in, and that's going to be in just a few days' time. We're literally going to see him on this stage, so they can be looking ahead to that, and they should just enjoy getting used to this environment. We're going to be going to Lotus next. We're going to be seeing the agents, and I know that
double down on the veto.
Okay, Minnie, your head is in your hands. Talk me through the pain.
Not pain, a lot of thoughts, emotions, some good, some bad. Eternal Fire, like if you go left to right, it's like Sova on Lotus is already. If that was the only weird thing, that's crazy because that's usually not something you see on Lotus very often. I wasn't impressed with the veto on Split, so I don't think I'm not going to be very impressed with it here if it is being played in a very similar chamber-esque way.
But you also were saying earlier that you were anticipating, you know, these lineups that you were going to hate, and so now you're seeing something you hate even more.
Not hate even more.
No, we're doing this again.
Okay, I'll put it this way. There's a very easy way to win this map. You play Viper and you play Vice. The best teams in the world play those agents, and the win rates on those agents are incredibly high, and there's a very easy protocol to follow. These teams are maybe cooking a little bit. Team Liquid, Vice, Chamber, I don't hate it. Vice, Viper, Chamber, sorry, I don't hate it.
Okay, can I say something? Okay, first of all, Eternal Fire, it was working. Why did you change it? Especially why the Sova? Like, you're already so good on the Fade, but on the other side, can we stop with this? Now you play smokes, now I play smokes, now you play initiator, now I play initiator. Can we work towards something? Can we have direction?
Well, I mean, there's one direction we can go in, and that's into the game with Pansy and Hypok. Take it away, guys.
I really didn't think I'd hear Bea shouting One Direction like a fan, but there she is. How do you feel about that? Did that inspire you?
Yeah, inspire is a word.
Objectively, yes, it is a word.
It absolutely is. Now, compositions. Do you feel the same way that they do?
Does it matter today? That's what I'm looking at.
No, it doesn't. To be honest,
I know, right? I want to be excited. I want to talk bigger picture.
We started today saying, for me, Liquid have a huge asterisk against their week 1. And to be honest, probably a little bit of an allowance here for the first couple of weeks, right? There's still high expectations. Obviously, the longer discussion around this is who they're in contention for. Funnily enough, we checked this earlier. It's Eternal Fire and Fnatic. But for me, there is a little bit of leeway here to maybe play around a little bit with compositions.
I don't hate it. I don't know yet. You know what? I'm going to sit right on that fence. Purpo, gorgeous start. But the reaction is there, and it is really waving one flag. With an opportunity, but Fabian's taking it all away. And Fabian stands his ground. That's beautiful, beautiful stuff from him. And the start that really Liquid were probably dreading.
Certainly, for 36 map 1, you'd want some early wins here. It won't come with a pistol, that's for sure. Fabian taking charge to kick off Lotus here.
Reaction, bro, reaction.
I think as well with their map pick, that comfort is going to be on display from the get-go. You already talked about midway through the first half, maybe that step change in applying a little bit of disrespect into the recipe of some of the rounds.
But as you should.
Yeah.
As you should. You got to play to your own caliber, your own level, and you got to set that bar high. Fabian should be noted. And I want to see that veto here especially. Does that look good? Some more comfort on it. Flashed off again though. Good sort of scaling towards sight, but it's breaking past Fabian. After all eyes turn towards Izzy, he absolutely mops it up. Just Purple and Kicks. Oh. Yeah, okay, Kicks, go on. Give us one more. You got a Bulldog as well if you got the time. Not going to be giving it. Fabian again, man. Just looking locked in 7-0.
Yeah, around 3-0 for him. And again, for me, yes, there's a discussion here, but Eternal Fire just kind of playing this because they've scrimmed it and they've worked on it. Are we going to see all the tech maybe behind how they want to apply veto across the map pool? I would say no, especially coming out of that map one. They weren't really tested. I don't think we're going to be
seeing the full.
We're not going to be digging past page one of what they've worked on in the downtime. So for me, it's not necessarily a big concern coming in here, but
yeah, lower.
Get a chance to at least fight back in round 3 here. Rifles to hand.
โอ้โหเซตอัพนี้วิโต้โรเทตไวจัดครับ
Certainly did on the second peak.
Yeah, so
สามารถ
already
แบบ
showing
ไปช่วย
a
บีได้
little
ภาย
bit
ใน
of
ช่วงพ
presence
ริบตา
towards A on both sides of things, but majority maybe considered by Mound, I imagine. Camo making no subtleties of this. Got to be cautious because Echo's on that corner. Outgunned for sure,
พี่กำลังจะเข้า4
he does have help in
เป็น
the
เรื่อง
form
ทุ
of
กอย่างแบบ
Orgaz too.
อยู่ในคอนโทรล
Now
หม
in
ดแล้วตอนนี้
rotation,
มีบายเบรก
Izzy,
จั
you
งหวะ
got
แรก
3 here. And the corner's being controlled. Izzy with a lovely little hit and run. They still don't know about that paranoia primed in hand. So,
โอ้ยนิ่งไป
okay, Neki tried to outstay his work
Awareness
on
on
that.
spam though.
Yeah, good work.
ทำอะไรไม่ได้แล้วเมื่อกี้
We'll pick up the mantle here outside B. Camo will get a chance and will remove Izzy.
แล้วมาวาร์ปมันก็อย่างไว
This is good work. Fabian, though, starting to get active.
Paranoia is perfect.
It's just so
Paranoia
well placed.
ดีจัด
Liquid being pushed from pillar to post, really. Ordaz now dipping in. Fancies a go. It's just stunning to watch there.
Bonus conversion here. Just when it looked like Liquid might answer back early on.
อุ้ยมันใช้วีโต้ดีอยู่นะแบบ
String
นี้
of rounds
ใช้ได้เลย
from map 1 certainly going to be on their mind here. Again, some real threat in some of those thrifty rounds on split, but
absolutely
replicate the same thing here. Up already showing presence across the map. And again, for me, I mean, put him on a chamber. It's the sort of thing where, yes, he can shine individually. We know, obviously, that discussion around where his ceiling sort of sits. But again, another one really kicking off stage 2. You want to see him establish that consistency early on. That's the TP away here.
Oh, but he's
the
not
judge
alone.
Right up close and personal.
Yeah. This is going to be here in this, though. Flashes galore. He's positioned perfectly. Still going to get the follow-up on Purpo, and Neki's not backing down. Playing on the wall. Drop now coming in. Spots out Trex. And you're going to have to humble this side. Eternal Fire are going to take liberties. Kicks, though. Lovely pick up on both. Brings it down to a 1v2. Any recoverable weapons close by? I don't know if it matters with Fabian here, but it's certainly capable. He's got our attention. Gonna need all 4 here. And Ordaz trying to be a bit slippery. Positions really nice in the off angle, just in the cut there. Ordaz going to shut down the account. Right? That was quite an exciting way to get things going. A little reminder that we know that these guys are so good at what they do, but it's just getting it all on the same page at the same time. That's going to be the hard part throughout this entire series. Even those glimmers of hope coming in, as we see here. Beautiful shots.
Just a fantastic round from Kicks.
It's just converting it into a round, isn't it? It's going to be the one factor
last one's
missing.
Always the hardest.
Isn't it? Isn't it just? And at this point, the money starts to build a little. You're going to start seeing the ults hit for Eternal Fire.
And what an operator purchase here, round 5, and still, what, 3k behind it. So a big cushion.
I think someone's already hunting that. I think Echo might be on the case here. And yeah, Fabian!
Wait, what?
What? The stars are aligning. I don't know how he got that. I don't understand. Show me the replay, please. It was so quick.
That
is missed it.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Look at this.
I
still don't know.
Nah.
They don't need help.
Disgusting. That is absolute filth from Fabian.
God, he's good.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
And they're like, wow, that's worked really well.
Check.
What are you?
ใครเห็นก็ว่าแฮกกับช็อตเนี่ย
a pleasant atmosphere to have to sit in.
It was important for me to hear kind of what the desk perception of them walking off stage was.
Yeah.
That's a little concerning, to be honest, because if you're not coming into this thinking,
Hey, it's all right.
yeah, if you're not coming in thinking this, yeah, we do have an asterisk against the start of stage 2 here.
Play it out a bit.
Let's not let it weigh on the mental too much, then that's a little bit of a concern in my eyes.
And I think it's also just the type of player that you have on your team, whether or not they can even get into that mindset. It's going to be incredibly hard. So let's see.
Oh, that still scans.
Oh, yeah.
Lucky to get away with his life.
Yeah. I mean, he's having a past Fabian. What are we doing? What's the plan?
He's trying to get back onto the angle to challenge the operator, and it's just so risky. Went out here for Camo on the other side, but he's traded out very quickly.
It just feels a bit individual to me, Mike. It feels like I'm watching a team frustrated, and I understand why. But it's hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel for them if they just be going into this one by one. And sure, they get a couple of rewards here and there, which...
Yeah, but Eternal Fire will be lapping this up.
Yeah. Let's see where the finish is going to be. Looks like it could be the B site, especially where the spike is currently. But do they see that C site is now available? With the Owl drone coming in, might assume a rotation. Don't know how much was noted by Kicks, because he did back away quite deep towards Mound. Maybe a little freeze. See if that curiosity peaks from Eternal Fire, but they're still lingering.
30 seconds left.
The time notification will be there. Yeah, Necky's on the angle so quickly. Trek's able to trade out here. Seeker's invested as well, but discipline shown from Trex actually.
Yeah, but position
swing out.
And
still
โอ้ทำอะไรก็แย่ไปหมด
shut
เลย
down
ว่ะ
here. Paranoia will connect. The kicks.
10 seconds left.
Very awkward position here.
Yeah, and Fabian, a bit of an unknown quantity, right? And it doesn't even come to the equation. Izzy there played that incredibly well. Safe pair of hands, playing it out, even with the Seekers coming in. And you feel these are the things that concern me. An individual swing out there, trying to find it, felt very isolated. Even if you're going to be playing with, you know, technically a stand-in and obviously two new players, I think just keep it simple. You know what I mean? Play it out together, but easier said than done.
I understand why Purpo's swinging onto that, but it's just a complacency maybe. I don't know, maybe just a chance to flip around that they shouldn't find an opener in.
Yeah.
เอาจริงจุดวาง
This is
จุดวางมัน
straying
ดี
away
มาก
from what I would have
Set up
assumed the
ตีโต้
approach here for Liquid would be, right? Let's just drill out these set pieces.
ว้าบเหรอ
and
มันช่วย
yeah, a
แบบ
little
โร
bizarre
เทต
to see some of
โค
these
ตรดีอะ
scenarios for sure.
They look disheartened too. I think it was something the desk was talking about, kind of seeing challenge. There we go. Purple played in on that time. I like seeing the support system there to kind of get him into those angles and punishing Izzy's curiosity as well, digging a bit deeper on that mid angle. A little bit of a freeze to come through. Got to be aware that Neki does have ult to play with, and a second glance. Okay, Liquid getting a bit of a beat read on this, but also Fabian, maybe unnecessary to go for that second look.
Massively unnecessary.
Just a touch.
And Drone doesn't confirm
กลาย
anything.
เป็น
You
บุก
walk
แทบ
into
ตาย
that. No, in that sort of
ตีไม่แต
situation
ก
where I said it's not necessarily a
พอ
coin
ดีฟอล
flip.
อยู่เฉย
You're still going to keep going
ๆแต่ช
forwards.
นะ
The Liquid haven't made progress through the map just yet. A 5v3 for sure, but a multi-kill here or there could flip this on its head. Hunter's Fury as well. And speaking of, all that's
ไม่ชนะอีก
huge with 3. Necky to connect as well. Camo will fall, and it's just Kicks left.
อีกบอกกูอีก
Flipping
แล้
the script
ว
here now in a 1v2. Necky see, does he spam on? No connection, but
Oh, he's got him. He's got him down so low, 8 HP, walking away from that, and expecting the repeat between the smokes. I thought they had it all, Mike. I thought they had it all there. The best chance yet, and it was shattered in a second.
I mean,
นี่ขนาดต่อให้
Audas,
3
just sensational from him in this situation to find it. And again, capitalized by the Hunter's Fury for sure. There's a little bit of chaos here for Liquid to overcome, but finding 3 is ridiculous. And base out. Oh, we actually... Oh, I didn't even know how Camo died there. He landed in the Hunter's Fury.
7-0, man.
ตอนนี้เปอร์โป้กำลังคิดไม่รู้จะทำไงแล้วอ่ะเพื่อนเอาตัวรอดกันเองแล้ว
Who goes?
จริง
Whose voice line did you
อร่อย
think?
จัดเลยเมื่อกี้
Chambermaid?
อร่อยจริง
A little oof.
What with the French accent?
I know. Man, I ain't casted in a minute. You've not been on your Duolingo, Mike. Damn. All right, we go again, and oh, that looks pretty spot on. But actually, it's Fabian's turn. They're just taking turns, man. Oh, let them have a round. Let them try and get out of the starting blocks. Finally, they fight back. It's Echo's turn now, and look at the
ไม่นับ
HP.
โอ้โหรีโกดว่ะ
A quick heal.
นับแล้ว
Trex
ถ้าเมื่อกี้ไม่
desperate
มี
to
รี
get the
โกด
boys healthy
อาจจะไม่ได้
again.
นับ
Echo makes it. Whoa, he's 70 HP. He's not the worst in the world
ท
to
หาร
walk
เขา
away
กี
with.
บเมฆยังไงดีทีนี้
They look aware of the fact
ไป
he
ไหน
could have
ไม่
crossed
รู้
there,
นะ
but they'll clear
ไป
close.
บีหรือเปล่า
Trex is just the bounding trade
Doesn't
me.
copy,
It's fine.
heเข้า
Trade
ที
me.
ละ
Oh god.
Oh no,
God.
they're going to trade places.
Ah, this is hell. This is
Oh my god, thank god for Lohan.
Lohan, you hero.
โลฮาน
Absolute hero of the hour there to get the first for Liquid.
ไม่
Oh.
มีรีโกดคัดไปแล้วช็อตเนี้ยยิงโลฮานโดนไปนัดหนึ่ง
Chamber loved that
I mean,
one.
this opening from Fabian is ridiculous
ฟาเวียน
again.
มันล็อกอินแต่
How
แบบ
many
เป้า
bullets
ที่
did he
มัน
have
ยิง
left
ตัว
in
นี้
his
ตัว
mag
สอง
here?
อะ
'Cause
It looked like 6 or something.
it was 6.
Yeah.
Enemy remaining.
Yeah, thank God for Lohan.
Our Lord and Savior Lohan on 2 to
In
7.
Lohan we trust.
Yep. They're not stopping though, are they? Izzy's fancy to go with it. Oh, Ordaz again. That's 2 for Ordaz. Izzy on the follow-up. It's a shutdown. It's a shutout. Get to the next
อ
round.
ย่างน้อยก็ไม่โดน 13-0
Ah, this is a tough watch.
Yeah. I think now Liquid just trying to force the issue
ลิควิดต้องการพี่แนทจริง
in
ว่ะ
towards A now.
ลิควิดต้องการคน
Just
ตรวจ
being
จริง
disrespected once more. Spam through, not quite connecting on the
นี่ก็
bird.
คมอยู่คนเดียวเลย
Headshot here onto Echo though.
ไม่ตลกนะไม่ตลก
They're all in a line.
เคยเห็นพีคไปที่
They've
แท็ก
got
โช
the
ป่ะ
spike now.
ทิ้งแต่โอ้โหยากเลยถ้าเป็นการเดียนเนี่ยยากเลย
Salvo's going for a wander.
ทำยังไงเพอร์เพลถึงจะคัดช็อตเนี้ย
Ordaz
ลองบอกแบบสมการมาหน่อย
just
คือแม่ง
waiting.
ต้องเดินอ้อม
Who
ไป
gets
แล้วแบบ
it?
ว่า
You got Neki, Izzy, and Ordaz. I'm going for Ordaz on this one. Oh, go on, Purple. Give us something to believe in. Lohan did the best he could. Your turn. 7 bullets, pretty similar scenes. It's Ordaz to claim. All right, 8-1. It's, as you said, it feels like Liquid is just trying to press the issue and it's just being met by sheer force. If you're Eternal Fire, you haven't had to go into the strat book. My concerns are the long-lasting effect of a game like this. If the team can't get the mentality right...
No, that's what I was going to say. Really, what you'd look at this is like, hey guys, you know, let's see what we can get done. It is what it is. Unfortunate circumstance with arguably losing their most valuable
มัน
player.
แพ้อะไรนะที่มันไม่ได้ไป
Most tenured for sure.
แพ้เฮ
But
เลติกใช่
to hear that they look tilted coming
เขี่ยว
off,
อ่ะเขี่ยไปเขี่ยมาหลายรอบ
that
แล้ว
would
นะ
be a concern for me.
เออโดน
Because I do
โดน
think
พี่
losses
วูด
like these can
โด
linger
น
for
พี่
a
เหรียญดีกว่า
while,
ต้องพูดอย่างนี้
and it cause frustration. I don't know how quickly you can shake it off.
พี่เหรียญบอกกูอยาก
And
ไป
I think
มา
this
สเตอร์
becomes a
เพื่อน
question that we look at down the line. Because confidence, this game is still so built on confidence and belief in your teammates and all the wishy-washy stuff that you can't quite pin into realistic conversations.
The X factors, yeah.
And if they're starting their run with this new roster and a bit of a sour note, I hope it doesn't linger. I know that Nats will watch this and know what he has to do once he gets back to business. But as it stands, your team's being pretty much pushed around the map. And for Eternal Fire, it's a necessity. We wanted them to look strong. We wanted them to look dominant here, and they are. They're living up to this, especially on their map choice. Map 1, 13-6, respectable. Here, 9-1. It is dominance.
And I think as well, you then think back to some of the previous discussions around Liquid and this whole what seemed to last an eternity of let's find our identity. Right? Oh, we found our identity. You lose a player that was probably the cornerstone of that approach. It's really difficult to kick off stage 2 in this way and still feel confident in terms of turning things around.
Yes.
So Fabian is 18-5.
เละเทะครับลิควิด
ไม่รู้จะเล่นอะไรเนี่ยลืมละ
downside, the upside to all of them. And I think a loss like this can linger. And I'm just hoping it doesn't weigh too heavy. That's my main thing. I hope they can just shake it off, put it, as said, in that box that you bury incredibly deep down, and you move on, you spin on from it. And we see the best of them down the line. It'll get you walking away with things to work on. You learn more in your losses and your wins regardless. But this isn't one you can really go back to the drawing board with and go, oh, we can really work on how we're going to approach the site like this. We're being pushed around and we're jumping smokes like that. Izzy's just on the line. There's been nothing really to force him back, and Purpo's been trying to make some pretty big boy plays that just aren't coming through.
Cover going out. Unfortunately not amounted to much. Zone of Fire have been allowed to just farm the opening of most of these rounds. Again, desperation maybe starting to show. You're just looking for a pick, just find an opener. That's what we can try and springboard off. But you think back to the 5v3, it wasn't necessarily teed up for them. Fabian forced off initially here, but we'll read the situation well. Camo, 3 out of nowhere from here. Open this round right up. Ordaz, it's all the way into drop here. Will be pressured by Camo. Is he a little late with that one here now? 1v3 though. Swap out. Shoot a rifle. No way. Surely not. Oh my word.
We trust a second round from the man now. Made in motion by Camo, of course. It nearly took needing an ace to get this started. But it's the second round, Mike. Do you believe now?
I'm sorry. In the blink of an eye, I was like, well, yeah, okay. What is this, by the way? That is just...
That's nice.
That is disgusting. We've had some insane clips this series.
Yeah, we actually have.
เปล่าเวียน
All jokes aside.
กรีนเมื่อกี้
กรีนเมื่อกี้เป้าสะอาด
I see him pop over though.
ไม่โดนสักนัด
It's on. It's on.
Yeah.
Hey, that's why Lohan's there, man. Fabian before got the freebie that baffled us all.
มีลงมิเนตอะไรเนี่ยการสกิลนี่หว่า
So you thinking about walking that?
I'm looking at someone joining him. I think they're trying to set him up there. I quite like the idea. And look how well he's playing this. The ult coming into effect. So much of that early hit. You've now got rotations into place. You can see the intention. Flanks all the way. Izzy's now coming around. Liquid need to keep going. Do they consider Echo? They don't. And they will be punished for their ignorance on the push. Again, you saw the start of it. Fabian there played in so well in that corner.
Definitely. I think Liquid just lose their grip a little bit in terms of the entry towards site. Eternal Fire will find number 10 in the first half here. Just standout performances from Fabian. Most notably, obviously, got Ordaz, Izzy, all stepping up to the plate here in the first half. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back with the second after this short break.
ดู EF ยิงกี่ทีก็มันแต่พวกคนที่ทำเกมของไลออดอะเขาเล่นเยอะทุกคนนะที่ตอนนั้นที่แบงคอกเอฟได้เจอแบบไลออดเตอร์ปะในแมป55
เจอ
แล้วอยู่ทีมเดียวเขาปะ
อยู่
คออย่างกันนักแข่ง
จริงจังไง
คอแบบเฮ้ยทำจริงเทสตัวจริงวะเนี่ย
มันไม่ปิดเซิร์ฟเหรอ
โอ้โห
ขอโทษ
Before the TP,
พาเวียนบอก
A site
ที่กูตรงนี้
wide open now. Rotation will come through, but Izzy already just beelining up towards heaven.
He knows his job, doesn't he? Stay close. Fabian not too far off it either. Oh, that's a little naughty.
Just looking for a
That's
catch
a little
here.
naughty. All right. Is he still holding the line though? It's buying time, right? It just keeps putting that pressure and pressure further and further forward. Gonna need the flash. Tries to fall away. Doesn't do it, but
Big stun,
Fabian's
though.
got his back. Look at this work between the two. The push and the pull is just fantastic.
พอ
As
เลย
said, doing his
มันจะ
job
ว่า
there,
สู้ไม่ได้
both
แบบ
in
หมดส
unison,
ภาพ
spot on, in zone flawless. They got somewhere to be.
You smashing Fabian just tapping his watch there. Yeah. I mean,
Got the timing.
it's unfortunate to see a team struggle like this, but I mean, it's such a huge positive for Eternal Fire to come back out
จริ
swinging
งๆพี่นัท
here.
แม่งคือสูตร
Like I
สำเร็
said,
จ
an
จริงๆพี่
opportunity to put the right foot forwards here in
วันนี้
week
อย่างมา
one.
ก็ทำให้รู้
Oh,
ว่า
for
ลิ
sure.
ควิด
And
ขาด
they're
พี่
a
แนทไม่ได้
scary team. I know we've been mostly kind of talking it from the Liquid perspective, but for Eternal Fire, this was a must-win, and I think they've done exactly what's needed. They're looking like they're refreshed. They look revitalized, confident. On the same page, we haven't even seen the depth of them yet.
I mean, the depth is the next question, right? How far down the rabbit hole does Vito go in terms of the map pool?
Yep.
Camo actually will
That's
find an
nice.
opener here onto Echo to spur things
คือ
forwards
พี่นัทก็โดน
for
แต่
the rest of
ไม่เละข
Eternal
นาดนี้
Fire. Kept in
When
check
you
by the
ain't
snake
got
bite for the time being.
Oh, Purple.
Purple got to have his head on a
อันนี้
swivel.
คือมัน
Oh,
เละ
he'll
ไป
get
ถึง
away
ตก
initially.
Yeah, but they're going to try and
Like
get on the
Glade
side
there.
nice and quick, though, aren't they? Knowing he's kind of backpedaling away.
ลากกันเลย
A real chance to try and take site control after B felt completely shut down. So a good reaction from Eternal Fire here.
Izzy's already posted up deep though with the judge.
But there's a chance for Liquid. They could maybe get amongst them a little bit, show a little bit of fire in this. Good paranoia, but you're right, it's Izzy holding that approach, and it's so clean from Eternal Fire. The second things feel like they're getting dicey, the door shuts.
Surprised actually it got to round 14 before a body was shot in this series. On map 2, by the way.
Map 2, map 2.
Fabian always the one to let himself be known. Yeah, it's just unfortunate. Like I said, perfect play from Izzy, capitalising on this lack of presence behind the initial player here.
ไม่มีพี่นัทแล้วจะอยู่ยังไงใช่
Last bastion of hope here for Liquid. Unfortunately, Kicks will bring a Sheriff into this. Everybody else
He was
a weapon
quite good
of
with it before,
sorts.
I guess.
Yeah, another,
Is that what you want?
another 4K from him, maybe.
If you don't mind. Well, let's see. Anything left in the tank, Liquid? For now, a celebration for Eternal Fire to come out swinging. As I said, it's very easy to fall to a team that's playing a little bit messy, a little bit unorthodox. You know, a little out of character. But Eternal Fire pushing through this. The Echo waiting. Right consideration. Dart's going to reveal a bit of that. Oh, Purpo able to slip away. Does allow the walkout, though. And Echo not getting a clean fight, but still stands his ground.
เกมเซนมันนะ
And finally being caught up by Kicks, but the map just being swarmed, smothered. And Izzy's taken a body as well. The spike slowly but surely going towards Lohan. Perhaps once again in Lohan
จริง
we
ถ้าเอาไอ้เทค
trust.
ไอ้คิกกลับมานะ ผมว่าเอาไอ้
Judge and a
เอาไอ้
dream
เอาไอ้
and a
ซีเรียลกับ
chance
มัน
to
ดี
redeem. If anything at this point, maybe
ซี
another
เรียลเอ็ม
round.
อย่างโหด
But they're just
ซี
out
เรียล
of
ยัง
range. He's there
มัน
in
เล่น
support.
ดูแบบ
Not
โอเค
pulling
กว่าเยอะ
punches.
ไอ้นี่มันหมด
No
ยุคไปแล้ว
mercy to be had. And Kicks,
Planted.
who did well before on the Sheriff, would have to go beyond that
เห็น
now.
ภาพเลยว่ะ
As this looks to be closing the account. Is he the one to get it done with? Fabian, 13.
เอาอะไรไปไหว
ไปไป
วัยรุ่นตุรกี EF มันไม่ถูกกับฟุตอ่ะ ใครถูกกับฟุตบ้างเนี่ยตอนเนี้ย
ไอ้ซอฟเป็นชกหมดเลยจะถูกกับใครตอนนี้
ไปแล้วครับแชทเจอกันฝันดีราตรีสวัสดิ์นะครับผม ขอตัวไปพักผ่อนก่อนนะครับ ขอบคุณทุกคนนะครับ ฝันดีครับ เจอกันพรุ่งนี้นะแปซิฟิกนะ อย่าลืมทายผล